And welcome back to Stop, Drop, and Roll! We are a group of friends turned found family who love ourselves some Dungeons and Dragons. My name is Daniel Kim. I am the DM here at Stop, Drop, and Roll, and welcome to our little family. We're going to get started with all of our cast members for today, starting with Andrew.
Hello, I'm Andrew. I play Joko, the human vengeance paladin with he/him pronouns.
Awesome. Next up, Gavin.
Yo, I'm Gavin. I play Poe Swiftmist, the wood elf, celestial warlock, and ranger. And Poe's pretty little pronouns are he/him.
Cool. Kyle.
Hi, I'm Kyle. I play Artie, the Chronergy wizard, pronouns he/him.
Awesome, and last but certainly not least, Becca.
Hey, I'm Becca. I play Fen, the Eladrin elf sorcerer, and Fen uses they/them pronouns.
Awesome. And because it's so special, I just wanted to shout out Quasar_3. Thank you for the resubscription for 6 months. And thank you for continuing to play in my game, Kyle. You're great. All right.
6 months.
6 months, Kyle. You've been playing for like 2 years, though, dude. You've been playing for like a year and a half. Anyways.
That's $30.
That is... that's, thank you, Kyle. Thank you for giving $30 to the stream. All right. But with all that out of the way, let's go and get right into the story. So go and grab a drink, have a seat, and get ready for some hot, dice-based storytelling. Pew pew.
I'm just throwing down the
And welcome back. That's not it.
Welcome back.
Last we left off.
Welcome back.
The Grim Troupe, our intrepid band of adventurers, journeyed back toward Namdong Crossroads after exiting the Feywild. Your troupe, you made a room inside of Artie's magnificent mansion for Snow, most of you chipping in small ideas about her room, and she absolutely loved it. You also ran into a group of gnome and human engineers transporting a mysterious cart with a tarp over it. As you guys were investigating it, Poe, you got really sneaky beaky like and went over and under the little tarp, and you discovered that there was a huge arcane cannon designed for Goryo's Copperguard and a type of deadly ammunition called Pale Flame. Both of these weapons that your friend Artie developed, but now in the hands of the enemy. And having discovered this, you all tried to determine whether you're all going to kill these people or whether you're going to somehow take the cannon for yourself. And after a couple of persuasion rolls and some magic from Fen, you guys were able to convince these engineers that you all were some party of the Copperguard trying to get the cannon, and you were able to let them go off on their way and take the cannon for yourselves along with the ammunition. With all that being said, you guys went to Namdong Crossroads, met back up with Stoker, your strange and crazy blood hunter old man friend from the Order of the Silver Blades, and after updating him on everything that was going on, he told you all that he would see you again when it was wartime and deliver everything that happened and see what's going on with Von Helsing and the rest of the Silver Blades down in Guestfault in preparation for the upcoming attack. With that, You all took the day. You were celebrated by some of the townsfolk, given rewards. Fen, you discovered that Vera had apparently moved out of Namdong Crossroads and was moving into Buzan with some help from the townsfolk who'd raised enough money for them. And you all went into the desert. Going to the desert, trying to find out worms and figuring out where adamantine might be, you stumbled onto a huge worm carcass, currently still burning from pale flame. And after investigating it, you found some rubies and some jewels, but no adamantine. And you also heard gunshots, Poe, as you were flying high up above, and heard gunshots and some sort of scuffle going on past the desert cliffs and into some sort of mesa. And as you were headed toward it, you all peeked around the corner and saw this like huge scene of a demon shouldering that huge arcane cannon, fighting against these small group of desert warriors, a bunch of dead bodies strewn across the sand, and Copperguard on the cliffs shooting at them from above. After watching for a bit, unsure what to do, a huge sandworm burst up from the ground with a rider atop of it, attacking the demon attacking back, and just as the demon reared back to shoot its pale flame, Artie, you extended your hand to cast Wall of Force, blocking the roiling flame and starting the combat. And that is where we pick up our game today. Sharp, stinging heat blasts against your faces as you see the great horned demon buck backward. The roar of its cannon on its back reverberates, blasting across the sand as pale pink and white flames shoot out toward the hooded and wrapped desert warriors a few dozen feet in front of you. And just then, Artie's hand weaves sigils of intertwining magic, and when he releases it, the pale rolling liquid flame stops, as if hitting a brick wall in the middle of the air, curling back on itself, only a couple feet in front of that great sandworm and the rider atop of it. The figure turns about, confused, as the demon and the Copperguard soldiers let out this unified battle cry into the air. What are you all doing? You all running in?
We were.
Where are we at again?
We had decided we were on the ground level, right?
Yes, you did. You didn't go high up. All right. Well, then, if you guys are going to join the combat, I'd like you all to roll initiative.
Yeah, fuck yeah. That's exactly what I want to do. All right.
Let's roll initiative.
It's an 8 for Fen.
Okay. An 8.
That's a Joko 17.
A 17. 17, my friend.
16 for Artie.
Okay.
That's a Poe 21.
All right.
Nice.
Do you mind throwing those in the chat for me?
You got it, bruv.
Do you mind throwing those in the chat for me? All right, awesome. Joko 17, Poe 21, Artie 16, Fen with an 8. Okay. Snow with a 23.
Whoa.
Yes.
Yes. And then... Okay, oh, wow. All right. The demon... Oh... Poe, what's your dexterity score?
18.
He's 18, so plus 4?
Yeah.
Okay, you beat the demon, so you are before the demon. It rolled the same score, the same roll as you, so I'm gonna put it at 20. And then the Copperguard are at 22, so they do go right before you. Okay.
Dexterous bunch out here.
They are a dexterous bunch. And then last of all, the warriors. Okay, and they are at 18. All right. Okay, we got quite a few combatants on this field. All right. So, first up on the order is Snow, followed by the Copperguard. All right. So as you guys see this like blast of roiling flame kind of curl back on the demon, some of the flame seems to lick past the demon, but the demon doesn't seem to be affected as all. As like even if the fur on its as like the flame contacts its fur, it doesn't seem to like catch at all, but rather it just like continues to burn on the sand like liquid, but it kind of rolls off of his back. Snow, kind of seeing this, kind of looks over at you all and says, "We run in." We helping them?
Yeah, let's go.
All right. And she is going to run as far as she can. And she's going to attempt to. She's gonna run. By the way, since you guys are on the sand, this is all difficult terrain from here, so your movement is halved for those of you who it is rough for difficulty. So 5, 10, 15.
Is it difficult terrain? Does Poe have like a ranger thing that prevents that?
For Poe, I think for Poe, it's himself. He can move on it without any problems.
Exactly. For the group, it's more of like a travel thing for long distances, but for combat, it's just for me. Yeah.
Okay.
Daniel, quick question. How high up in the air are these people?
Great question. So each of these pillars, this one over here, let me try and take you over. This one right there is about 15 feet up. This one is also 15 feet up. This one is about 25 feet up in the air. So he's a little bit further in the air. That back one.
Oh, thank you.
Makes sense? Thank you.
No, thank you.
Another question, Daniel.
Yes.
These like areas of shadow, are these like are these shadows that count as dim light? Like.
Good question. The sun is pretty high in the sky right now. If you go in, I would allow the shadows by these pillars. These, if you're talking about over here, that's not a shadow. That is the dune itself. That is just like the coloration of the sand.
I'm talking about like, you can see the shadows coming off of like some of the rocks.
Yes. If you were able to get into shadow like over here, then yeah, I would allow you to transport between those.
Okay, and similarly like, okay, yeah, great.
I would allow that. Let me just double check that wording on that. Shadow sorcerer. Is it specifically only in dim light?
It says,
or is it from shadows to shadows?
Well, it's called Shadow Walk, which is maybe confusing, but it says to an unoccupied space you can see that is also in dim light or darkness. So maybe not. Because we are in the desert.
Yeah, you're in the middle of the desert with high sky. Yeah, even though the ability says even though it says you can gain ability to step from one shadow to another, it says when you're in dim light or darkness. I don't think you're in dim light or darkness, unfortunately. So I'm actually gonna rule no. Yeah, I just wanted to look that up. No, you're good. You're good. Unfortunate timing.
Thought I'd ask.
No, great question. The Feywild was so dim. You were good. You were allowed to teleport everywhere. Not here.
I was really biting.
All right.
Don't worry, Fen. Just wait like 3 minutes until the sandstorm gets here, and then you'll be zipping all over the place.
All right. So Snow actually can't get in range with her current movement, so she's going to use her bonus action and action to dash. So she gets right about there, and she's going to end her turn as she draws her crossbow and knocks a crossbow bolt. Okay. Next up are the Copperguard, who are looking down on these groups, and they all yell, "Fire!" They all shoot their muskets as they all launch attacks. So they're going to be targeting. They're all aiming at the worm. This first volley. So this one, what? That is not the right action.
Daniel, can this guy over here not hit the worm because of the wall?
Which one? Oh, because the wall of force. You're absolutely right, but he doesn't know yet. So as he like goes to blast his musket, he aims, and as it shoots, the bullet hits the wall of force and ricochets off, ting, and collides into one of the rocks over here, just chipping away some of the rock surface. And he looks at it. He kind of cocks his head, confused. Unfortunately, I need to look at this guy's sheet again. I think I might have programmed it wrong. Musket shot is 0, 1, 2, 3. It should be 3.
For those of you at home, what we see here is an Alaskan bullworm on the
Okay. All right. There we go. That should have fixed it. Oh, that's a natural 20 from the one over here. Good God. And then one more over here. And that's a 16 to hit. The 16 misses, but the natural 20 does hit, dealing a total of 30 damage as that one cocks back.
Whoa!
And that shoots, just passing by the wall of force and slamming into the purple warden's hide, and you see like a gout of greenish liquid kind of spout out the side as it like thrashes with the rider like clinging down and actually having to bend down and grab onto its chitinous plating on its back to keep from being thrown off.
Oh no, the worm's dying.
All right, that is the Copperguard's turn. Poe, it is your turn, and the demon is up next.
All right, hell yeah. So this bit of rock face on the left side here, how much would it cost to ascend that?
The rock face on your left side, or the right side?
This on the left side.
On the left side, it starts off actually at ground level and then ramps up to be about 20 feet in the air. So this is a ramp.
Sweet.
However,
Great,
it's
okay.
all sand to get there, just so you know.
Oh, sand. Okay, I do ignore difficult terrain.
Amazing.
Because I am a phenomenal little ranger
Yes,
boy.
you are.
So I am going to run 30 feet to exactly where you just pointed.
Okay.
And then I'm going to cast as a bonus action Expeditious Retreat, a new Celestial Warlock spell that I have.
Okay.
As my hands glow or I guess rather my feet glow that sort of seafoam green that Poe has inherited.
Lovely, lovely.
And, this allows me to just to dash as a bonus action. As long as the spell's active, I can bonus action dash.
Nice.
So I'm going to do that.
Good.
And I'm going to make my way downtown.
Make 'em away.
Walking fast to
Face is
right
fast.
there.
I'm homebound.
And can I see Mr. Demon Boy from here?
Mr. Demon Boy, you can. Let me see if he has cover from you. This rock would count as half cover for him, not 3/4. So it would add 2 to his AC. But yes, you can see him. You can see him. You can see his like face kind of peeking over. He's a huge creature.
All right. My range is okay. That's too far away. I was gonna Sacred Flame him, but I don't have the range.
No, unfortunately not. I
All
believe
right.
that's 60 feet.
You're exactly right. I'm gonna pull out Fail Not, the bow
Okay.
of Corella,
Yes, you are.
and I am going to.
You watch as the magic bowstring weaves itself into place in your hand as you knock back one of the arrows.
And I smirk and smile as I see my name inscribed on it, and I'm going to double shot this demon boy.
Okay, sounds good. Is that within your 100 feet range?
Yes, because he
Amazing.
is 75 feet away.
Yes. So take your shots.
All right.
Uh-huh.
That's a 16 for the first one.
A 16 total. That does
Yes, sir.
not hit.
All
as
right.
it goes back and you watch as it tink hits against that rock face and right in front of you and kind of splinters off and disappears beneath the sand.
All right. Well, I pull one back in, and this one is going to be a 25.
25 does hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
All right. And because this bow has now been upgraded, I now get extra radiant damage as well. So
Yes,
it's an extra
you
2d6.
do.
So let's see that. Ooh, okay, full dice there.
Nice.
All right, so that's going to be 8 plus 6, 14 piercing and 6 radiant.
14 piercing and 6 radiant. Nice. Good stuff. As you knock back the arrow, seeing that it's kind of like a little bit too low, you adjust your aim by arcing it slightly up. And the arrow flies, kind of whistling through the air, and it ignites with that radiant energy and contacts onto the Gristro. A small little blast emanating from its head, and you watch as the Gristro kind of like shakes and shudders as it hits. That was 14 piercing and how many radiant?
6 radiant.
6 radiant. Nice. And it's magical.
Yes. Do I notice the radiant damage having any sort of extra effect on this guy?
Let me double check. I am pulling it up right now, actually. I don't believe it has any extra effect,
All right.
if I remember correctly.
It acts just as radiant magic would act.
Yeah,
All
let me just double check. Yes. Yeah, it doesn't seem to do any additional damage, but it seems very, very effective. That's it.
Sweet.
Great.
And that is the end of my turn.
Awesome. Cool. Sounds good. Next up on the list is the demon. The demon, kind of confused at the flame that's currently embroiled right in its face, is gonna like kind of reach out to like stumble forward and hit the worm that it sees, but it runs straight into that wall. And kind of like a mime, you see its giant hands like hit the sides of it to like see where like the end of the wall goes, and it's kind of confused. And it seems kind of angry, so it's gonna like shoulder and begin like sliding along the wall to see how far it goes as it drifts. Ooh, I don't want to take the wall with me. As it drifts.
Wow, it's really strong.
5, 10, 15. It kind of crashes up against that wall and kind of feels that like that edge of it. And it's very, very angry, kind of like frustrated at this point. So it's just gonna shoulder. I'm gonna see if it can try and like charge through this thing. I'm gonna make a dexterity check to see if it succeeds. That's a 13 on the die, and that's okay. Yeah, I'll say that it does so enough. It's able to shoulder through as it kind of like pushes out from this wall of force. However, that was its action to kind of perceive that the wall of force and it's coming through, and it charges through right about there. And that is going to end its turn. As it's now in melee with the purple worm and the rider. All right. That ends the demon's turn. It is now the warrior's turn. The warriors, like seeing this huge demon charge through, you've seen many other like fighters, adventurers cower away at much lesser threats, but all of them kind of like shoulder themselves more. Some of them drawing like ranged weapons and begin firing on the demon with like renewed vigor. All right, and they're going to make I'll have this one. This one runs up. It draws a spear with like a tassel on the side with like red strands coming from the tassel. As it like runs up, he lets out like this war cry and jams it up against the monster. As he runs up next to the worm, it's a 10 to hit. As he hits the head, kind of glancing off of the demon's hide. This other one is going to draw up right next to him as well and do the same. It's a 19 to hit. It just clips him as it kind of pierces the head as it goes in for a little bit of damage. You see it kind of draw some black blood. The last one positions himself in the back as he kind of shouts out something. It's a little too hard to hear from this distance what it was, but it looks like he's calling up to the rider. And funnily enough, as you guys are going about, Godin, what's your guys's? Poe, you're the highest passive perception. What's your passive perception?
16.
16. You're the only one who probably hears this, and also at your distance. He sounds young. Like he sounds like maybe around Snow's age. This guy in the back. You couldn't hear the other two too clearly, but from him. All right. And he's going to take his shot, which is... That's going to be... I don't believe that hits. No, with a 14 that doesn't hit. As he pulls out a crossbow and tries to shoot it out, it like hits one of the horns on the top of the demon, cracks and breaks, the crossbow bolt not doing any damage. And that is going to be the end of their turn. Joko, you are up. Artie, you're on deck.
Cool. Joko is going to turn to Fen and say, I'm heading over there. And he's going to point up at one of these riflemen up here.
Joko, come next to me. I'll take you up there.
You'll take me.
I'll take you.
All right.
Just hold your attack until you see the white in their eyes.
Joko will move up 1, 2, 3, close enough to Artie. This is struggling through the sand. And then he's going to point to this one on the, what I assume is like a higher rock. Which of these rocks is higher, Daniel?
The one in the back is the highest.
Okay.
Yes, this one, the one in the back that you just pointed out, that's the highest. That's 20 feet up. These ones are about 15 feet, I said. 25, sorry, this one's 25, these ones are 15.
Okay. Joko is going to kind of like look at where the Copperguard is and say, put me right in front of him. And then he's going to pull his sword back and get ready to swing as soon as he sees Artie's hand start moving.
Sounds good. You're holding your action to swing.
I'm just holding my action to attack the person who is comes right in front of me.
Lovely. Sounds good. Awesome. That sounds good. Joko, that ends your turn?
Yep.
All right, Artie, you are up.
I reach down and grab Joko's hand because physical contact needs to be maintained for the spell.
Yes.
And also it's cute.
Very
and
sweet.
also it's kind of cute. And
I've got both my hands on my sword. He's grabbing my like elbow or something.
Uh-huh.
He's reaching
I'll
up to my
cast
elbow.
Dimension Door to take both of us right here and here.
You got it. As
Nice.
Fen, as you're running up, starting to like run in the direction of wherever you're going, Poe, as he's like kind of going up the cliffside, you all look back and you watch as Artie and Joko, they kind of like shimmer for a second and fold in, and you watch as like they disappear from sight. Woof, and they appear right in front of the guard, and you watch as the guard kind of stumbles back, kunk, 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 his armor kind of clinking as he takes a few steps back, kind of startled on the top of the cliff face, as you two woof, like fold out of space right in front of him. And Joko?
As we're folding out of space, I'm already mid-swing. Like, my sword's almost materializing within this guy.
Going to make your attack.
14 to hit.
Oh, a 14. Oh, unfortunately, it just misses. As you're materializing, you swung a little bit too soon. As soon as the blade materializes, it has just passed him. It would have cleaved through him if you had just swung a little bit later. As the down arc comes in, and that's why he kind of like stumbles back, very, very surprised. But both of you are right there up in front of his face.
Man, if I just had advantage, that was a crit.
And you see him call out, "Back here!" All right.
I turn to Artie. As a last thing, I'll turn to Artie and I'll say, I'll take this one.
Yeah, I don't know what you want me to do up here, but I'm gonna just try not to die.
All right, Artie, that's your action. Any bonus actions?
I'd like to move now that I'm not moving. Can
Of
I
course.
go 5? 10.
Okay,
And
right there.
then, my teleporter bonus action thing.
Yes.
What's the range of that? Is that 60 or 30?
If I remember, it's 30 feet, I believe. But I know we made some adjustments to it, so
No, it's fine. 30 sounds good.
I think it was 30. It's the telekinetic feat, but
Yeah.
we made some slight adjustments. Let me look it back at my notes and let me see real quick.
It's okay. I'll just I'll try to move this guy over to the left of Joko.
Okay.
So I believe it's a wisdom saving throw.
All right. Yeah, we'll go and look at it together another time. All right. Wisdom saving throw from the Copperguard who's on the one of the 15-foot
Yeah.
poles, or the one who's in front of Joko.
The one right here that I'm clicking on. right
Okay.
in front of
All right.
Joko.
Sounds good. Wisdom saving throw.
Yeah.
That is a 12. He fails.
Okay, cool. So he moves down Joko's left.
All right. Sounds good. Oh.
And then I'll go 15, 20 now that I'm out of his range.
Okay. Sounds good.
Joko, protect me. And that's my turn.
All right. All right.
Are you still holding hands?
Unfortunately, no.
Do you think
But Artie
we both
remembers
have
the
10-foot long arms?
They have Gumby arms and they're just kind of stretching them together. That's cute.
We were never holding hands. That was not in the fiction.
All right. Artie, nice turn. Okay. And Fen, you are up.
All right. Seeing this happen, Fen just like looks over and watches Artie and Joko disappear and kind of chuckles and says, "Nice." And then they're gonna trudge through the sand. 5, 10, 15, because I can only go half my movement, right?
Yes.
Okay, and then Fen plants their feet, and out of the shadow behind this rock over here, like almost materializing out of the sand, you see Fen's hellhound emerge. And it is like baring its teeth, kind of drooling a little bit as it stalks around the corner and lunges at the demon here. Not attacking, but just trying to like get in its face and see if it can't make him a little scared.
All right, sounds good. It needs to make a wisdom saving throw?
No, I think it's just if it's within 5 feet of him, he's
Disadvantage
frightened of. He has disadvantage on checks against spells that I cast against him if he's not immune to being frightened, which
He's
I'm
not immune
sort of
to being
thinking
frightened. Cool.
a gamble because maybe he is because he's a demon.
Sure.
But regardless, so that happens, and then Fen, watching all of this, standing there, their eyes, the whites of their eyes, like roll back and go black as they cast Eye Bite against this demon.
Okay,
who
sounds
is
good.
60 feet.
He is 60 feet
Just-
away.
just in range.
Exactly 60 feet. All right. He's making his roll.
Wisdom saving throw,
Wisdom
potentially
saving
at disadvantage.
Got it. That's a 20.
Fuck! Did he roll disadvantage?
So funnily enough, he has an ability that makes him roll advantage against magical effects, so you neutralized it to make it a neutral roll. He rolled pretty high, unfortunately.
That sucks.
I
That
know.
sucks.
So as you like
Okay.
try and retake, and the hound kind of bites at his haunches, and you watch the shadows kind of climbs up. He kind of like shakes off, and the sand kind of plows up around him, and the hound kind of like comes up and kind of slams and hits the ground and kind of backs up a couple feet, and the eye bite kind of just goes wide, and you're not quite able to like grasp onto his mind.
Damn. All right, that's my turn.
All good, all good. All right, Stuff. That is your turn. Snow is now up. The Copperguard on next. Poe, you're up soon. Snow kind of seeing you all go around. She kind of like looks back. I'm getting in position. She's gonna go 5, 10, 15 right here, and she's now within 30 feet. And she's going to let loose her crossbow. She kind of plugs one in the direction of that demon with a 27 to hit, which does hit. And she kind of shoots the bow, and as it goes to, it flies towards the demon. It does hit his skin and kind of embed a little. It seems like it's not quite as affected as it should be, but her bow is able to get into it a little bit. She doesn't have a magical bow, unfortunately. And that is going to be 12 sneak attack damage plus 2 plus 5. Okay, that's 7. So that's a 19.
To get Snow magical crossbow.
19 total. Okay, awesome. All right. Nice stuff. That's Snow's turn or action. And she's going to actually bonus action. She's going to dash and try and hide behind these columns. So 5, 10, 15. She's not quite behind it yet, but she's trying to sneak around the outside. All right. Next up is the Copperguard. This one is right next to you, Joko. After having been shoved a little bit, he kind of looks around at you. You look familiar. I've seen your poster. And as he looks around, he kind of like shoulders his gun and pulls out one of his longsword, this like decorated rapier, points it out at you. No one will care if you die in the desert, rebel. And swings it out at your direction. Now, the first one's a 19 to hit.
Who is this guy? He's the main character.
This guy's the big bad.
First hit is a 19 to hit.
Yeah, 19 hits.
19 hits. All right, and the second one is a natural 20, so that does hit.
The natural 20 does half as much damage.
It doesn't do as much damage, which is crazy.
That's awesome.
Which is nice for you. So it's a total of 26 damage. 15 plus 11. So 26 damage. Regular, not magical.
So it's actually 3 less. Let's go.
Nice. Thanks, Heavy Armor Master. All right, so that is his turn as he multi-action, kind of like swipes twice, one nicking you across some weak point in the armor, actually, which is what that crit is, as it kind of bites into your cloth armor and draws blood. The second one, he stabs through, and you're able to dodge it mostly. It just kind of nicks you across the side. It's gonna bruise your side, but it's not like a huge cut, as he like glances, kind of using this almost like rapier saber technique as he's kind of like slashing out against you. All right, that's him. This one, kind of seeing the captain behind him, and kind of seeing you two, is kind of debating between the two of you, and looks over at the worm and the desert warriors and decides that that's the bigger threat. So he is going to actually pull from his satchel what looks like some sort of cylindrical device, maybe slightly circular at the top, kind of presses the top and throws it. As he throws it over, it goes about 15 feet. 30 feet. Right here, and it's gonna just encompass the warrior who's right next to him, right next to the demon, and then the worm, but not the rider. The worm is actually too big. And they're all gonna have to make dexterity saving throws. As you see the cylinder fly through the air, and as it contacts the sand right below, the two of them look down. The rider and also that other that human warrior. They look up, and they say, "Run!" And he tries to dive over the side of the sand, and the cylinder explodes out, sending shrapnel and fire in all directions. Not pale flame though, just red hot explosive concussive force and flame. So that is going to be a firebomb. It's going to be 11 damage. They need to make a dexterity saving throw. The worm, and then that guy. The worm actually succeeds, crazily enough.
Hell yeah.
So the worm only takes 5 damage. And the rider's gonna have to roll to see if she stays on top. The other guy, unfortunately, fails the roll, taking the full 11 damage. And he's looking really rough as, boom, it blasts him across the side, knocks him prone. And as he kind of like gets up again, you see that like a good like part of his arm is now covered in shrapnel. And it looks like he's not actually able to move it at the shoulder. It might be dislocated. He's looking pretty rough.
Ouch.
All right. That is going to be him. Last Copperguard is going to take his shot into... this demon is blocking his shot, actually. So he's going to try and come over here. No. He's going to actually take an aim over at you, Joko. He's going to take an aim over at you and Artie. Artie doesn't seem to have done anything other than, like, casted. Who would he target? He'd probably still target you, Joko. You're right on his captain. So he's going to target you. He's going to go for...
hit me?
He's going to go for musket shot. It's...
Shoot his boy?
I mean, it's...
Collateral?
Half cover.
I think you can shoot past one of your allies, if I'm correct.
I don't know.
I don't know if they're...
That sounds right.
I think so. I believe so. Otherwise, you guys would always be giving half cover to the enemies by standing in front of each other in small, tight corridors, if I remember.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. Anyways, for right now, I'll give you +2 to AC, and then I will double check that later.
Go.
Sounds good. 15 to hit, misses. Poof, as it goes out, and
That does miss.
kind of goes wide. He's trying to not hit a superior, and in doing so, just completely goes wide, and you watch as a part of the sand kind of like kicks up. All right, Poe, it's your turn. Demons on deck.
Okay. So this cannon attached to the demon.
Yes.
How is it attached? Like, what's the?
It is
attachment?
on his
Ooh.
shoulders. You remember there was a shoulder mount when you guys were seeing it being transported. It is currently mounted on top of his shoulders.
I'm gonna use that expeditious retreat dash once again.
Okay.
And with your permission, Daniel, this is what I'd like to do.
Oh,
So, me to the demon boy is 55 feet.
Yes.
I have a movement speed of 60 feet with
This
the
is true.
dash. I would like to run up and then sort of like jump off of this rock and use it as a launching pad to get on top of the demon.
Okay. So just so you know, this right here where you are is about like
20 feet up.
20 feet up in the air.
Shit.
Also, you would have to get on top of the other rock.
Yes. So there is sand below you. It's not like concrete.
Yeah.
It's sand. And you're asking to jump 30 feet to 40.
He can do it. He can do it.
I believe in
What
you,
if I
Cameron.
can do
I mean,
it?
Poe.
You can certainly try, Poe. You can certainly try.
You know what? Full on. I think I'm gonna try that. Poe's
Okay.
gonna try that jump.
You're gonna do a standing long jump as you run up to the edge with your magic boosting you from there. All right, I need you to make an athletics check for me, please, my friend. I need you to make an athletics check for me. As you all watch Poe like Sonic the Hedgehog like run up the side with his longer legs. Apparently he thinks he can leap tall buildings like Superman, and it kind of jumps off of this edge.
Dude, he's 5 feet. He feels like he can do anything.
He is 5 feet. He is taller than the
Okay.
world.
Okay, this is actually a pretty good roll. So let's see.
Okay.
It's a 14 plus 7, 21.
21. Well, you needed a natural 20 to succeed. So you get about you're standing long enough distance. What's your strength score?
My strength score
Yes.
is 14 and plus 2.
14 plus 2. So you get about here, and with Expeditious Retreat, you get about here when you start to arc off. As you jump off, you're like Tobey Maguire when he first jumps and Spider-Man swings, and then he starts to arc downward. He's like, ah! And you, boom, hit the sand as right next to Snow, as poof, the sand puffs up from the ground as you face plant. You're going to take 7, but halved. So you take 3 points of bludgeoning damage because it's sand.
Happily. Amazing.
If anyone was just
Yeah.
Please.
If anyone was just curious, I know you're a half-elf, Poe, or you're an elf, you're a wood elf.
He's a
God,
wood elf.
what is in my brain
There are
today,
no
guys?
half-elves in our game except for Snow, and that's not even a PC.
Listen.
That's an NPC.
Listen, I know that you're a wood elf, but if anyone was curious, the human world record for the distance jump is 23 feet. And that's like the longest human jump in recorded history.
Yeah.
So,
You made like 20. That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good with magic, so, you
20
know.
feet in the
Yeah.
air. And had magic.
And I just want you to
Oh.
picture that in this entire movement, Poe was holding and carrying the bow of Corellin, and as he jumped off, he used a free action to split the bow into 2 short swords.
Nice.
And I just want you to picture that they like split midair,
Uh-huh.
and then right as they split was when he realized he was falling, and so he's now laying face down in the sand with his arms outstretched and a short sword in each hand.
So Poe, the
Yeah.
good news is you have half your movement remaining. The bad news is
Beautiful.
you're prone, and your face is full of sand.
All right, sick. Sick. You know what? I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna face is full of sand.
Yep.
I shake off the sand.
Okay.
I look up to see if I can see the demon. Do I see the demon?
All right, you stand up from prone?
No, I'm laying down,
You're
and
laying down?
I just pull my head up. Do I see? The demon?
Unfortunately, from here where you are, the rock is literally right in the way. You might see like the clip of a shoulder. You can see the cannon actually, but you cannot see the demon. He's just right outside of your sight line.
Okay, sick.
That rock is like literally just the angle,
man.
just the angle to block you, man.
You know what? I'm gonna use the rest of my movement to stand up.
All right.
And that is my turn.
That's the good news. You are now stood up, and Snow looks over you and kind of stifles a giggle as there's a bunch of like specks of sand, still like small flat specks, just kind of like
Was
laying
ripped
there.
away.
But you've shaken
And
a
I'm
good
shaking-
amount of it off. It's not in
I'm
your
shaking
mouth
sand off,
anymore.
I'm just like, let's see you do that.
All right. It is now the demon's turn. The demon, after the firebomb went off, is going to begin just pummeling away. Or is he? I'm going to give him an intelligence check first. No one has given him any commands. He rolled really high. All right. Yeah, he's going to buckle down. And you watch as he haunches his shoulders up again as he like sits back, squats, and then pulls his shoulders forward. And you watch as he grips the side of the cannon. It begins to glow blue again, and he inserts something in the head of the cannon. And as it does so, you hear this whirring and this whiz, and starting to like see blue begin to etch around the side of the cannon and curl up towards the dragon's mouth where the head of the cannon is. As it fires out, a small canister ejects at super fast speed, and almost immediately as it exits the mouth of the cannon, it blasts apart. But it blasts apart this fine yellow mist right above these 3 warriors and the worm.
It's actually pretty dope.
That is this. So it's a 30 feet radius sphere starting from here, which includes all of them. But Snow and Poe, you are right outside that layer. However, your hound is. I need
No, my little dog.
I need all of you to make Constitution saving throws.
I'm pretty sure if he takes like any damage.
It's
I
not
don't even know
damage,
that he
actually.
has- Okay, I don't know that.
Does he have a Constitution
guess-
score, or is he like
Um,
incorporeal?
Well, it's like a modified direwolf stat table.
Yeah. So
I
go ahead and
don't-
pull up.
I don't
Oh, you
know.
don't have a direwolf stats for you? It's okay. I can pull it up for you.
I got you,
Sorry.
Daniel.
You got it?
I
Daniel, I
should
made
have
you
that.
a sphere, Daniel.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you, my friend. It's right about the right color, actually. You might even call it the color of mustard.
They got a con of 15 plus 2.
Uh,
Of what?
15 plus 2 is the con for a direwolf.
15 plus
Okay.
2. So it's a +2 modifier.
Yeah.
So you'd
that's-
have +2
yeah.
to your roll, yeah.
Well, he rolled a nat 1, so
Ooh. Is
that's
that 30
okay.
feet?
He's just a,
I don't think that's 30 feet, mate.
that's maybe a 30
30-foot
foot
diameter.
That's-
diameter.
yeah,
not
but it's not
radius.
radius, yeah. So it's going to be a lot.
Oh, it's
it's about
radius?
yeah, 30-foot radius sphere.
4 times as big as that, then.
It is 4 times as big as that. Thank you for the thought. All right, so
When has a
I'm gonna
D&D
roll
spell ever
for
been-
the rider. Oh! You watch as on top of the purple worm, the person goes rigid on top, and just you watch as they topple over the side of the worm, and boom,
No.
slam onto the ground.
Shit.
Ouch.
Oh no. All right. The rest of them. Okay, the one on the left succeeds, the one on the right fails. The one who's been already hit, and the last one, that's cocked. That's a natural 20. This guy back here does succeed. And he screams out, actually, at seeing that the person has dropped. Ayata! And that's going to be the demon's turn. Everyone who failed that roll is paralyzed.
Oof.
All right.
Is that mist still like in the air, or is it dispersed?
It is
by now?
lingering, and then you watch as it disperses. Yeah, it disperses
Okay.
after that
Dang,
turn.
man.
So you are all paralyzed. I'm just gonna use that one for right now. Okay. The next up on the one is the warriors. Oh, that's a much better one. I should use that. That guy's fine. And your hound is paralyzed. Okay. All right. It is now the warriors' turn. All of them are paralyzed. It's the end of their turn. They make a Constitution saving throw for the one on the right. He does finally succeed. He breaks out of it, but he does lose his turn. And then this one at the... I'm going to roll for her. She also succeeds, kind of like locking up from the ground and kind of coming up, and she's... the one who fell off of the rider, the rider who fell off is on the ground, but starting to be able to move again. These two who were able to get through, this one pulls out a scimitar from his side belt and swings out. It's a natural 20! Oh my god! And does hit the, it does like kind of cleave and hit, and it kind of like digs in about an inch or two into the thigh of this Garistro, this demon, and kind of spins out, and the blood kind of coats the sand. That does 9 damage. He's pretty beefy, though. The second one is 15. It misses. The second one, it kind of clinks off, and the demon huffs and stares in his direction. Spittle kind of roaring and spitting into his face. And then the last one pulls his crossbow back, and it finally does hit with a natural 18. And that is going to do... total of 10 damage. Nice stuff. All right. Joko, you're up. Artie, you're on deck.
I'm in front of the captain of the guard here, right?
Mm-hmm.
He was just talking about his poster. I'll say, I'll fucking sign it for you. And Joko's gonna take 2 cleaves at him.
All right. 2 cleaves at the captain of the guard.
19 for the first one.
19, that does hit.
Okay, and now, I'm going to use a 2nd level smite on him as well.
2nd level smite, you got it.
That is 31 total damage.
31 total damage. Ooh. Nice stuff.
Yeah, good
Ooh, he is looking... He's looking, rough. Not on death's door, but he's rough. With one good strike.
Then I take my 2nd attack.
Okay.
It's a 21 to hit.
Oh! That hits. And that's 25 damage?
It's 25 total damage.
Whoa.
He is on death's door. As you do 2 cleaves, one of them, boom, right across his, like, chest
Well,
plate.
divine smite.
Okay.
At first level.
Okay, yeah. All right. Sure, I'll allow it. I mean, okay, I'll allow it.
I've got because I do this shit. I do divine smites all the time.
I know, but like, just say it before I tell you how low he is.
7.
All right, 7. Okay, with that, the first one ignites. How do you want to do this? I guess.
I just want to slash him one way. It like the blade sinks in deep, and then I pull out and go all the way around over my head and come back around the other side and slice him in another way. On the other side.
Sounds great. So you first come down at an angle right where his neck and his collarbone is on his right side. You hear the collarbone crack, and it goes about like deep as about where his lungs would be. It flips out again as he slicks out. He kind of gasps as this gash opens in his side, and you kind of whip around, coming from the bottom and cleaving upward, and you watch as it goes through like all 6 of his ribs and cracks, boom, and you watch as his top half kind of flips and falls onto the sand as he is cleaved in half from 2 different directions.
Damn.
Dead.
I'm gonna turn to my side here. How difficult does making this jump look to me?
If you got a running start, it doesn't look bad at all. From where you are, you might be able to make it as well, even if you stood and jumped with your strength score.
Okay, then I'll take a couple steps back to here.
Mm-hmm.
And then I will make a running leap.
All right, you make that running leap, and you're fine. With your score, you have as many feet as your score. You're fine. So you can just jump.
Okay, so how
all
far
the way.
did I move that?
You're 20
I
strength
was
score,
here,
right?
went back here, 20.
Yep. You ran in long
20.
jumps, so you can jump up to 20 feet, wherever you'd like to be.
20 feet. So could I land next to this guy?
You could absolutely land next to this guy.
Then I'm gonna land next to him, and I'm gonna land not like hardly bending my knees. Like I'm not like getting down to the ground, but just land like flat-footed kind of.
Oh,
and then
shit.
just sink in, and then just sink into the squat, and then just stand up right in front of him.
Oh, you got it. Like
Nice.
absolutely like an Olympian long jumper. You just boom, like you let your like knees kind of sink in, and you just like literally just stand up to full height, towering over this Copperguard as you start to see his shoulders shake a little bit.
Daniel, you are conflating.
Oh, am I?
Joko and myself again because Joko is like 5'4".
Oh, he is 5'6".
5'6".
Oh, he's got it. Well, you stand up to your full height. He's intimidated regardless.
I mean, he just watched you murder Captain.
That's true. All right. Next up,
That's sick.
Artie. Unless you have something else you'd like to do with your bonus action, Joko.
I don't think I even have any bonus actions that I could do at this moment.
Okay, sounds good. All right, Artie, it's you.
Okay. Not too sure what to do because I'm very far away. Do I think I could land like on top of Joko's shoulders with a jump?
Go to make an intelligence check for me.
That's a great response.
Is it an intelligence
18.
check for how
18.
how bad that would be?
18. What's your strength score, Artie?
10.
10. You'd find that hard. You find maybe you'd barely even able to get over to the other rock if you jumped, let alone get on Joko's back. But if you teleported, you might be able to.
As cool as that would be, I don't think that is gonna work, unfortunately. Okay, well, we're gonna. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Go through off my plans.
You are so good.
Killing him. Okay.
Yeah, I got this one too. There's other guys.
There are other guys. Okay, I'll do what I do best. I would like to just move to the center of the rock, and then you see from underneath the demon, like the sand starts to shift and like rumble a little bit, and then a giant hand's gonna come up, and I'm gonna cast Big B's hand.
Okay, Big B's hand.
And then I'm gonna take the thumb of the hand and plug it into the cannon.
Into the front of the cannon. Nice.
Just right there.
All right.
I don't know what that counts as, but that's
No, I
what
like
wanna
it.
do.
That's creative. I like it.
I don't know if that counts as me attacking anything.
No, you're good.
Or-
I will count that as the hand's action with your bonus action. So it would replace the pushing shove or whatever. I will allow that just for you to stick your thumb in it. It will be a contested strength check to see if you can stop whatever is in it. With Big B's hand. If you can stop the bullet or whatever ammunition comes out.
Sounds good. Big B's hand much stronger than me.
Yeah. There's currently nothing in it though, so.
Even better.
Yeah.
And I'm cool with just vibing up here, I guess. I'll go 5 more feet over here.
Sounds good. All right. Okay, Artie, that ends your turn. Fen, it is now your turn. Snow's on deck.
All right, I am going to Misty Step.
Okay.
30 feet.
Yes.
Up here onto the rock.
Onto the rock.
And then I'm going to use my personal movement to move to the edge of this rock here.
Great.
Which was another 25 feet.
25
I think.
feet, nice.
And then that puts this guy over here
Within 60
55 feet away.
Yes.
So I will use my action to continue using eye bite, and now I'm gonna have him try to make a wisdom save.
Okay, sounds good. All right. Ooh, he rolled a natural 6. He fails it. Absolutely.
Ha ha ha! What do I want him to do? I think he's just gonna go to sleep. He's just so sleepy.
All right. You watch as he's aiming his gun towards Artie and Joko, his like barrel hovering as he kind of looks down the sight. All of a sudden, the barrel kind of like leans forward, and he's aiming in that direction. He's right on the edge of the cliff. I'm gonna roll real quick. He rolled high, so he's fine. So the edge of the barrel kind of clips the side of the cliff, and he kind of lays down as he gets on all fours and puts his hands underneath his head, and he just kind of falls asleep prone on the top of the cliff. He's just a sleepy boy. Just a sleepy boy.
He's just sleeping.
All right.
All right, that's it.
Sounds good. He is now asleep. Oh, is there no ZZZs for sleeping? Oh, I wish there was. There really should be. I'll do this, though. That's fine. All right, okay. Sounds good. And that is, Fen, nice stuff. Anything, your bonus action was Misty Step, movement, got it. Awesome. Yep. Snow is now up, Copperguard are on deck. Okay, so Snow's turn. Snow's gonna creep up here. After giving you a small thumbs up, Poe, she leans around the outside and poof, gives her a shot. That is going to be a natural 1 as the hand crossbow, poof, as it goes forward, the bolt breaks in the middle of the thing. Oh, shoot. And she watches as it kind of jams now, and she kind of like has to like go back as the ting kind of snaps. The demon head kind of whips over to her, kind of attracted by the sound, and she tries to come back to the side, and she's going to attempt to hide.
Oh, fuck.
And she's kind of trying to clear her crossbow. Shoot. Okay. That's gonna be Snow's turn.
Daniel, I was gonna ask, with the effect, the paralyzing effect from whatever the demon shot, is that the type of thing where you have to like continue to make Constitution saves?
Yes, you continue to make Constitution saves at the end of your turn. So your hound can make a Constitution save now.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll for her.
Please do.
It's a 13.
13 total? It fails.
Yeah.
It's still paralyzed.
Okay. That's fine.
Cool, sounds good. Copperguard are up. So it's just this guy remaining who's now going toe-to-toe with you, Joko. And he kind of taking his musket, kind of seeing you kind of shaking, he kind of like summons this kind of gut yell and begins to push forward on you, trying to shove you off of this cliff. I need you to make a contested strength check with him.
Uh-oh, he wants to do this?
Yeah, he does.
Oh, fuck, it's a 7.
Wait,
I rolled a strength save.
Strength save, it's an athletics check.
Is it a strength check?
It's an athletics check.
Wait, an athletics check, oh.
So, yes, this would be athletics, absolutely.
Okay, let me click the right button.
Yes.
Oh.
He rolled an 11. So as he is trying to shove you off, you just stand there. You are not moving. You literally just jumped off from one mesa pillar to another, and you are not moving at all from this guy shoving. As he's gonna like try to shove you off the edge, he kind of looks up and you would swear underneath that helmet he is sweating bullets. And he's gonna whip around and try to run. So he actually comes out of your attack range.
I want to grab the back of his.
You're gonna attempt to grapple.
The back of his collar or whatever, like that armor piece.
Okay, sounds good. This is gonna be another contested strength check. So this is an athletics check again.
Is this one athletics too?
Yes, to grapple. You're trying to grapple him?
Okay. Another 21.
Oh my god.
Let me double check his. I think he rolled a 23.
Oh.
Yes,
no.
he rolled a 23. You like try to grab his collar, but he's just a little too fast, and he kind of just slips out of your grip, and he runs over here and jumps onto the sand, jumping 15 feet down, and you hear a kunk as he like hits the ground. But he is now on the sand, running away from you. All right. And that's his turn. Poe, you are up.
This other Copperguard, Daniel, is he knocked out, or what's his condition?
He is sleeping until anybody does anything to him.
Boy.
Oh, he went night-night. Okay.
He went night-night, yeah.
All right. Sand freshly brushed off of me, looking clean, standing upright now. I'm going to hop on this rock right here.
That is 10 feet up. So you need to climb.
Great. I'm gonna climb.
All
Just
right.
climb real good.
You scale it.
Okay.
10 feet. It shouldn't be too bad. It's not that high. I'll say that you can get on top of it, no problem. It does take out half your movement.
Okay.
All right, and now you're on top of there.
Great. Yeah, actually, I'm gonna go the whole hog. I'm gonna try and jump on this guy again. I'm gonna go off of this rock and try to jump onto the demon.
Oh, okay, sounds good. All right, go ahead and make a athletics check for me. Or acrobatics, your choice. Or acrobatics, your
Bro,
choice.
that's a nat 20.
Yo!
That's a nat 20.
You.
It's a 27 athletics.
All right, with the expeditious retreat still up, you leap off of that thing and get right on top of that Gristro.
Fuck yeah! Both of my.
Also, Poe, I'm so
failed-
sorry. I just realized you took some damage when you fell. You need to roll concentration for that expeditious retreat, right? Is it concentration spell or is it just up?
It is. It's fully concentration.
It's fully concentration, yeah.
Right.
I'll just double check that, but I think I'm correct.
Concentration's Constitution, right? Ooh, that's an 8. So that
Ooh, you
drops.
would have failed if it is concentration, if I remember correctly.
All right,
It
so I
is.
don't have any
So you don't
more-
have expeditious retreat, but you still got a nat 20. You're fine. You jump onto his back.
Okay. Sweet. Yeah, and my 2 fail not short swords are outstretched. And I'm
Shink,
going
shink.
to basically just try and Legolas style, dig
Oh.
into its shoulder blades.
Yes, like
one
on top of
hit
the
after
orcs or on top of the elephants when he's taking
Exactly.
people out. Yes, I love it. Go to make your
Yeah.
attacks. You know what?
Okay.
You're behind him and you're on his nape. I'll give you advantage, buddy. Yeah, this is great.
Oh, music to my ears. All right, that's a 22 for the first.
That one hits.
And that's a 28 for the second.
The second one, both of those hit. Go and roll damage.
All right, let's see. Let's grab. Boom, boom, boom.
You did something creative. You did something awesome, man. Nice stuff.
Oh, and there goes my phone.
Oh no!
So we got 12. Okay, so we have 24 piercing total
Okay. Woo!
and 17 radiant total.
Woo!
For
That's
a
a
total
lot
of
of damage.
37. Yes,
That's
sir.
a lot of damage. Nice. He's you're chipping away at him. He's not looking so healthy as he used to. He's a big boy, but you leave 2 huge cleave markers as you kind of rip him apart on the top. The nape of his neck is now covered in blood. Nice stuff.
Since I had dropped the Expeditious Retreat, which means
Okay.
I didn't use my dash as a bonus action, which means I have a bonus action.
Okay.
Which means as these 2 short swords are dug into its shoulders, they start to glow.
Uh-huh.
That same seafoam green color again. And I'm going to use 3 charges of Fail Not
Okay.
to cast as a bonus action Summon Fae.
Okay.
And I'm going to
Whoa.
summon a Fae
Yes.
right over here against this rock face over here.
All right, this is your summoned fae.
Yep.
All right.
And
All right.
I am just going to give it the order to aggro the demon.
Okay. Sounds good.
That's
You
its
watch as
only job.
you watch as what looks to be a dryad-esque form from the Feywild appears out of the ground. And you have the stat block for this, right, Poe? I'm going to give you control
I
of
do,
it.
yeah, I got it
Awesome,
pulled up
awesome.
right here,
It
yeah.
appears out of the ground, and you are able to see it as you give it the order to aggro the demon.
Yep, and I can choose one mood for the Fae between fuming, mirthful, or tricksy, and this one's going to be tricksy for sure, aggroing the demon.
Trixie, for sure. You got it, you got it.
Tricksy, yeah.
I love it, I love it. Awesome, sounds good.
And that is the end of my turn as I'm stuck on top of the demon.
All right. That is the end of your turn. Sounds good. And you have control. All right. Sounds good. Sounds good. Okay, it is now the demon's turn. Oh, sorry. Let me go back. It's the demon's turn. And you watch as that Copperguard that was over here that jumped off of the edge looks up and screams out to the demon, "You stupid oaf! Clear the cannon and shoot it!" As he screams over to the demon is going to try and make an intelligence check to see. Okay. And the demon kind of looks up at the big spectral hand that's above him and is going to attempt to clear the cannon. As he reaches up, I need you to make a contested strength check with me, Artie.
Okay. Let me just double check his strength.
This is going to count as a grapple, so it takes one of his attack actions.
Okay. So contested strength check. It's a 25 for me.
25. That is a Ooh, that's a 28. He's a very strong
Okay.
boy. As he's barely able to shift the hand in the air and get that thumb out of there, he grabs one of the canisters on the side of the cannon and shoves it in. And that is all
my
he's...
hand's gonna be like around.
Your hand is
there?
still around, but that's all he's able to do. He's able to get the
Sounds
canister inside the cannon. And he shoves it like all the way to the back, and you hear kind of go down to the base of the cannon. All right. It is now the warrior's turn. The warriors are going to... Man, these guys are live and kicking. This one's gonna call out. He says, "Ayata, get back on top! We'll cover it for you!" And he kind of comes out around to the side of the demon and begins attacking again. They're just gonna make their round of attacks. Natural 1. He drops his spear and he goes over to pick up the next one and makes the next attack. Both of them miss, unfortunately. Next one, he's going to take his spear. That's an 18 and 17. Those both miss, unfortunately, too. Last one going to make his attack. That one also misses, unfortunately. All of them, as they're hitting, the demon's hide is just a little too tough, and they're all just kind of bouncing off. All right, Joko, you were up. Artie, you're on deck.
All right, I'm seeing a lot of demon difficulties happening.
Oh,
so
sorry. Just
Joko,
just before you go, Joko. Sorry.
Okay.
You see as the figure who dropped off on the ground now comes up to full standing and puts both thumbs in their mouth and kind of lets out this whistle. I cannot whistle with thumbs in my mouth, but whistles out, and you watch as the huge worm kind of like rocks back, shudders, and begins to tunnel down towards its level. It's been kind of thrashing about and unsure what to do. And she jumps right on top like a rider and just leaps atop the purple worm once again as it moves out a little bit over here, having to do so. The demon is going to strike out with its reaction and to attack. That's a natural 1. It misses. All right. So, Poe, you're able to stay on as well. Okay, Joko, now you are up.
All right, I'm going to move 1, 2, 3, and I'm like over this guy right now.
Yep.
But what I'm going to do is Misty Step 30 feet right behind this demon.
Okay, sounds good. You disappear in shadow and smoke, and you appear again right behind.
I'm gonna wind real far back and slash this guy with Graham.
Sounds good. Do it. Poe on
It's an
top,
18 to
cleaving
hit.
away, and you at the bottom. 18 misses.
Clicking? How about a 28?
28 definitely hits.
Okay, how about a level 3 Divine Smite?
You got it.
That's 23, so 30 plus 23,
It
36.
ignites. Nice.
Oh wait, is this a fiend, right?
It is a fiend, so you get an extra D8.
There's the bonus, 7 extra. So
Nice, huge damage.
30, 43 total damage.
Nice stuff. This thing is
Bruh.
looking bloodied. This thing is looking bloody.
And a lot of it, 31 of it is radiant.
Nice. This thing is looking bloodied. It's looking pretty hurt now. As you're watching it kind of like stumble about as the second hit finally connects and poof, ignites with that radiant energy again. You watch as that warrior that's kind of next to you on the sand kind of looks over you and gives you a curt nod as if in appreciation and begins to attack over at the demon again.
Joko returns the same exact curt nod.
Nice.
Maybe a little bit curter.
A little bit curter, you got it. And that's your 2
Or
attacks.
more curt, rather.
And your bonus
More
action,
curt.
more curt. You gonna do anything skirt around with your movement, or is that it?
No, I don't have too much movement left, so I'm just gonna stay right where I am.
You got it. Sounds good. Artie, is now your turn.
Okay, can I use my hand to try to plug the thing again?
Absolutely.
Sure. I'll try that with my bonus action.
I think now that the demon's aware, it's gonna try and resist you, I imagine, because it's
So
aware
is
that
it a
you're trying to
contested
plug it up.
strength
So this will
again?
be a contested strength check again for you to try and plug up the hole. Sound good?
Sounds good. 24.
He rolled really badly,
Ooh.
so you're absolutely lucky. It's a 16.
Sick. Plug that hole.
Nice. The thumb goes right in that hole, plugging that thing in. The demon kind of like roars in frustration.
Can I see this guy?
No, not from where you're at. He's right underneath the pillar, so he's just outside of your sight line.
Okay. Well then, I will, very calmly leap off this.
Oh, okay.
And then reaction feather fall
You
myself,
got
so I
it. Sounds
just
good.
float down to the base.
Float down to the base.
How far can I jump without?
Taking damage?
No, without like running start.
Oh, A standing long jump
It's
has
like 5 feet, like
slightly
here?
different rules. It's some.
I
I'll
can
give
move
you.
here?
I'll give you 5 feet with your strength check.
Cool. And then I'm on difficult terrain, so I can only move another.
Yeah, so
like
5 feet.
here.
You can only leave half your distance.
And then
so
I'll
yeah.
look at this guy and say, "Hey, stay still for me." And I'll use momentary stasis, so he needs to make a con save.
He does have to make a con save. Nice.
Mm.
That's a 14, but a 14 on the die, but I don't think his con is very high. No, it's he fails. It's a 16 total.
Okay, cool. So he's incapacitated.
You got
until the end of my next turn, or he takes damage.
You watch as he goes grayscale and like almost like a film shutter. He's like kind of vibrating in between as it's almost like stopped in place. Nice.
So,
Good
shut
stuff.
up, dude.
Good stuff.
So,
All right.
I think
Okay.
I can move maybe 5 more feet.
Wait, you
5,
use your bonus action to move
10.
Big B's hand, and you use another bonus action to do momentary stasis, or is momentary stasis an action?
Momentary stasis is an action.
Is an action. Okay, sounds good.
So I believe I'm good. I'm reaction, bonus action, action,
and
movement.
action. Yep, that's good. Nice stuff.
So I don't have a reaction.
Yes, you don't have your reaction for the rest of the turn. Nice. All right, Ben, you are now up.
All right, so I would like to get over to this rock over here.
Yeah.
And I want to do it by jumping.
Okay.
But what I want to do is sort of like take a couple of steps back, and then like leap across the expanse, and sort of like jump into one of those, like you jump into a somersault and then you get up and keep running.
Absolutely. So are you jumping
know what I
right
mean?
across this direction? Right here?
Yeah, probably like maybe like this, so that I'm trying to
Okay.
clear 10 feet instead
Sounds
of
good.
15.
So you back up a couple feet, you get 10 feet running start, and you jump. What's your strength score?
Well, my strength score is a -2, but I was hoping that I flavored it in a way that you would count it as an acrobatics
What's your modifier?
for strength.
Well, no, so that your modifier is +2, but what's your score? The total score. What's the number?
No, my modifier for strength is -2. The
I
total
know.
score is 6.
It's 6?
Yeah, but I want to do like a circusy jump, you know, sort of like a
I will.
dexterity
I
jump.
need
If
you to make an athletics or acrobatics check. Your choice.
Yeah, I would love to make an acrobatics check.
You got it.
It's a 15.
15.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you reel up back feet as you're kind of like looking at the whole field. The warriors slashing away at the demon, Snow's trying to shoot from behind that little rock. Everybody, Poe on top, Joko down below, seeing this whole battlefield. You're going on, strafing around to get a better angle, and as you jump, you just barely aren't going to make it, and you reach your hands up and boom, feel them connect rock. I need you to make a strength saving throw. As your hands boom, grab the side of the cliff.
It's a 16.
16. You feel your tendons and your shoulders threaten to like dislocate as you feel the strain of your muscles, which is not something that you use a lot in combat. Like immediately just like go fully to their full length, and you feel them strain and tense as you like almost scream out from a little of like the straining pain. And you pull yourself up as you slam against the rock face. Like your body's momentum, boom, slams you against the rock, and then you pull yourself up, feeling yourself bruised as you kind of like roll yourself onto the rock. Not as acrobatic and as cool as you thought it might look, but saved you some damage as you like get up sore and your arms very sore, and you're able to get up right onto that rock face with a little bit of strenuous effort.
Great. After doing that, as they're kind of dusting themselves off, Fen kind of just like looks around and be like, did anybody see that happen?
I think most people are pretty involved in what they're doing right now.
Great, that's amazing. And the person across from me is asleep, so I
Is
feel
asleep.
fine about what just happened.
Yeah, you look over it to see if anyone noticed you, and you look at the Copperguard who is currently snoring on the top of the cliff.
Okay, great. So then I have 20 feet of movement left, and I will come here.
Okay.
5, 10, 15, 20. Funny to think about rounds of combat as existing over the span of 6 seconds, because that's
Very
just
funny.
funny. It happened really fast.
It did, it did.
Okay, and now I'm gonna need this sleeping guy to make a dex save.
Oh, he fails it. He's sleeping.
Amazing. So as soon as the like effects of eye bite start to wear off and he like starts to wake up and his eyes sort of blink open and he's trying to kind of like rub away the grogginess from his brain, being like, wait, what just happened? And he looks in front of him, and across the expanse on another rock is this shadowy being with these like tendrils of shadow that are like racing toward him at top speed, and they sort of like wrap themselves around him almost like a blanket, and he takes 4d8 necrotic damage.
Okay. He wipes the sleep from his eyes and gets up. Nice nap. As he sees like the tendrils kind of wrapping all around him. All right, go and roll damage, please. Oh my god! 2 8s and 2 7s. What? That's an amazing roll.
It's incredible.
Holy crap! He's not looking good. He's looking pretty rough.
Sweet.
As the shadows are like almost eating him alive. Not the nicest blanket you want. Not exactly a Tempur-Pedic bed. All right. Nice, Fen. Is that your turn?
Let me roll a con save for my little doggy.
Your little dog.
God, he's not rolling well. That's a 2 plus 2.
He's still paralyzed. Homeboy is still paralyzed. He's not having a fun time. All right.
But he looks really scary.
He looks very scary. He's a good dog. He's a good, fierce dog. All right, Snow's up. Snow's gonna come around here, having she needs to fix the jam on her. Well, I'll say that in between turns in their bonus action, she was able to fix the jam in her gun. As she like goes over on her hand crossbow, loads the crossbow bolt, and makes another shout. Click, click, click. Whoop, whoop. And that is a 16 to hit, doesn't hit. So she's trying her best. She's loading the crossbow, trying to shoot. It's not really working. But she's trying her best. She's fierce. She's growling at the demon, kind of spits at it. Like as soon as she sees that this one doesn't fire, she grabs one of the crossbow bolts from her pouch and she just screams, "Fuck you!" And she throws it at it, and it bounces off harmlessly. But she is trying her hardest. She's so fierce.
Angel.
Ducks back behind the rock again. All right, it's the Copperguard's turn. This one is still incapacitated, right, Artie?
Yeah, until the end of my next turn.
Okay, this guy's up. Fen? This guy, is he like grappled in place, or are the shadows just wrapping around him?
No, he can move and stuff.
Okay, sounds good. I wasn't sure. All right, awesome. So he comes up to standing with half his movement. As he's watching all the shadows like grip around him, he like jumps off of the rock, trying to get his way as far as possible. He jumps off, taking some damage as he falls. He's trying to get his things together as he's seeing kind of like this like general thing. Looks at the hand and looks over at Artie, who's currently like concentrating on the spell, and he is going to take from his pouch that same cylinder, click the top, and throw it in your direction.
Ooh, shit.
Oh.
And he's able to throw it right there. Yeah, that's where he's. Can he throw it right?
What do you do?
This is a 30-foot radius sphere, so boom.
Oh.
Yep. It hits them. Yeah, it hits.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, so Poe, Joko, and Artie, I need you all to make dexterity saving throws for me.
And himself?
Let's go.
And him. Oh, it's 15. I'm an idiot. It's 15. I'm wrong. It's 15 radius. Yeah, so no one except for you. Just Artie.
Dex save?
Dex save, yes. This is dexterity saving throw.
11.
That fails.
Oh.
You take full damage.
3.
As it ignites, you take a total of.
Holy shit.
Yes, oh god. That's 26 fire damage and 10 bludgeoning, 10 piercing damage.
Oh,
as it explodes up like this like grenade that explodes in shrapnel, kind of flying across your armor. And I need you to make a concentration save on.
Oh, I need above an 18, right?
You do need above an 18.
Let's see. 14.
14.
Failed.
And Bigby's hand fades.
Bigby's hand is gone.
All right. Poe, it is now your turn, as that is the end of the Copperguard's turn. Kind of huffing and puffing down on that rock.
Okay. You said Demon Boy's bloodied?
Demon Boy is bloodied, correct.
Okay. Oh, it's on the creature. Okay, I'm gonna take 2 more stabs.
Okay, sounds good. Chink, chink.
Okay.
You go to stab in. Do it.
That's 24 for the first one.
Wait, 24 to hit. That hits.
Yes, sir. And 26 for the
Both
second
of those hit. Go and roll damage, buddy.
one. All right, got these. All right.
Think, think. Ooh, on the damage roll.
15 total for the first attack.
Okay, sounds good.
And the second is a 13, so a total of 28.
28, nice stuff. As you sink in those strikes into him. Nice. He's starting to get cut down bit by bit as you're kind of like continually slashing at his neck, almost like hacking it, trying to like chop a tree down. It's kind of what it feels like, the thick sinew and muscle giving way as you hack little by little. It's working.
Yeah.
It's working. Shaving off prosciutto.
Shaving off prosciutto. And then I'm going to...
As Poe sticks
with
his finger
pencil
in
in my
his
mouth.
mouth.
Big B's hand is in my mouth.
All right.
Nice. Is that where it went when it disappeared? Go eat it?
Big B. Big B, get out of there. This isn't the time, Big B.
Womp womp.
Womp womp.
I'm gonna try something. Poe's optimistic. He's gonna use another charge and bonus action cast ensnaring strike against the demon.
Okay.
Which is not gonna go well. He's gonna make a. I assume he's large.
He is
Like
huge.
his size large. He's huge. Great. Strength saving throw with advantage, please. Would you give that to
I'm pretty
me?
sure. So just so point of order, just so you know, when you cast it, you need to make it a bonus action before you attack. So you need to make your weapon attacks after it. It's like a part of your action. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Yes, but for the sake of it, I'll say that you casted it before, and
Great, good to
now
know.
you strike. But
Yeah.
just so you know, point of order, you should bonus action to empower your attacks with ensnare strike, and then go for it. Sounds good.
Yeah,
So he has to make
makes
a.
Just strength saving throw, but he gets advantage.
Okay. You got it.
Probably gonna be very good.
That's going to be this thick boy. Yeah, that's a 26.
Yeah, it just beats my DC by 11. No big.
Yeah, it makes sense.
He's chilling. He's fine.
Yeah,
He's
he's shrugging off those vines. They don't matter at all. You actually try and like wrap it around his neck, but he like twitches his neck as you like go. The vines actually try to wrap around almost like a garrote trying to choke him. But as soon as he like moves his head just a little bit, the vines just snap and aren't able to get a hold.
Yeah, for sure. And that's going to be the end of my turn as I'm still holding on for dear life.
Nice. The demon, it is now the demon's turn, and this Copperguard over here yells out,
Oh, wait. Oh, my B.
Oh, yeah.
The Fae goes after me
yes.
in combat. And all the Fae is going to do is just looking at the demon going, Oi, bruv! Bet you big fuck can't hit me! Come on, you! And he's like doing like a taunting gesture.
You got it.
And,
Go ahead and make
he's gonna take the dodge action.
You want to make a persuasion check
persuasion,
for me?
sure.
Persuasion with this
right.
phase stats for me, please.
All right. Okay. So let me look at what I believe it just has my stats.
Does
that
it?
sounds wrong.
No,
would be crazy.
Summon Fae has its own stats, I believe.
Oh no, there I see.
Yeah, it has its own unique stats.
I rolled 17 on the dice.
Okay.
And its charisma is +3, so that's a dirty 20.
That's a dirty 20. All right. Sounds good. Yeah. All right. Hold on, I'm just checking out. Persuasion. 9. Okay. All right. Okay. Well, 16. All right. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. The demon does look towards your Fae. It does look towards your Fae, and it looks kind of ornery. There are a lot of things it's ornery at, but it looks ornery towards your Fae too. So there's a lot of ornery. Okay, that's the end of the Fae's turn. The demon points over at the Fae and kind of gives this like finger across its throat mark, kind of like you're next. It is definitely like going to go after it. but it is currently surrounded on all sides by warriors, by a worm, by you on top of its back slashing away at its neck, and also Joko down below hurting it a lot. So it is going to take its cannon, and hearing the Copperguard over on the side yell, "Fire!" You hear and see the blue begin to etch and move, and you look right behind you, Poe, where the cannon's mouth is. And you shift over to the left as the whole thing reaches up, and it fires downward as the demon actually hunches over and aims straight down.
Shit.
This guy's crazy.
I need everyone to make a dexterity saving throw for me, please.
Everyone within what is it with this one?
20 feet.
Within 10 feet of me. So that is this warrior, Poe, not the dog,
And not Snow.
the worm and rider.
The worm and rider.
They all
Snow
get a
have
plus
to?
3 to this.
+3, okay. Sounds good.
Oh boy.
You said it was dexterity saving?
Dexterity saving throw, yes. The rider succeeds.
Oh, Snow.
The worm also succeeds. Ooh,
got
Joko,
a
that's
10.
a rough one. With a +3, you actually saved them. Nice job, Poe. Nice job, Joko. 15, even with the
10
+3.
saves.
Yep.
Oh, 15. The warrior rolls a 16. He succeeds. This one on the right. The one on the bottom rolls a natural 1. And this one over on the side is not good. So the people who... Oh, did I roll Snow? I did not. She rolls a natural 20, and she's a rogue. So she has evasion. She avoids it completely by hugging the wall, and she completely avoids it. However, everyone else, for those of you who succeed, you take half damage, which is 30 fire damage. As soon as it explodes out, you smell ammonia and that burning, rotten, like hair kind of smell, and it immediately ignites on all of you as this flame roils up like the hottest heat you've ever felt, similar to the heat that you felt in the forge in the demon realm, down in the abyss. And you watch as you're trying to pat out the fire, but the fire continues to burn on your person. This pinkish white, pale flame. Instantly, the two warriors down below, they both are consumed by flames, screaming and writhing. They fall to the floor as they try and run about the sands, trying to roll on the sand. But before long, they breathe in and you hear the coughing and the retching, and the two of them begin just falling to the ground and burning up as the two of them die. Your wolf is caught in it. Even if you succeeded, Fen, it is gone as the pale flame vanishes. Poe, you take 60 fire damage, and so do you, Joko. And you're continuing to burn.
Wait, I thought you said I
gonna
saved.
You saved? You got a 7.
I got 10.
No, it's a 16 dexterity saving throw.
Oh, you said I saved with plus
No.
You
three.
were saying that your +3
Oh,
helped
I was
someone
saying
else.
your +3 helped
okay.
the worm and the rider. The rider's still alive, burning but alive, as is the worm.
Poe is going to cast Absorb Elements at 3rd level.
Okay, so to
As a
have that
reaction.
as a reaction, so
have
you
it.
have it to 30. As part of the fire kind of seeps into this magical like pocket that you've made and completely dissipates, but it is still burning. It's no joke.
Is this effect a spell, Daniel?
It is not. It is chemical.
Okay.
It is deliberately not magical.
Damn. Artie! What'd you do?
We were in a fine situation. I don't know what you're talking about.
That is the demon's turn. It is now the warrior's turn. The warrior cries out, "Bywin, Shao!" Oh, and he like readies up his crossbow and like aims up, like angry as he like screams. Actually, no, he drops his crossbow. He takes out his spear and screams and starts running in. You see that the rider up top and says, he says, "Do you want to know?" It's like a feminine voice coming up from the top, and Poe, you're also noticing she also sounds really young. As he runs up towards and pulls out a spear and runs on the sands and boom, lunges his spear out, taking 2 attacks. Natural 20 on the first because he's so angry. Plunging his spear deep and going for the second one, but the second one glances off as he screams in rage. The person on the top finally slaps the worm and says, "Go!" And the worm immediately like collides into the demon and takes its multi-attack against it. It takes its first bite, which is an 18 to hit, that unfortunately does miss. And it takes its tail, and as it's like, it burrows underneath with the rider vanishing under the sands, the tail swings up and like pierces directly into the abdomen of this huge being, seemingly doing a pretty decent amount of damage. And now both the rider and the purple worm are underground. Okay, Joko, it's your turn.
I am going to.
You are burning, by the way.
I am burning. Ow.
You're burning.
Ow.
But what I'm going to do is, like, have like one glowing finger point at this demon and channel divinity to and make a vow of enmity against it.
You got it. It is now your enemy.
Now I have advantage for 1 minute.
Yes,
against
sir, you do, as you have now marked your enemy for death. Lovely.
29s to hit.
Yo! Yes, both of those hit.
Okay. Divine Smite.
Above and beyond.
Divine Smite. Wait, I used a 3rd level last time.
1, 2.
Divine Smite at 4th level.
At 4th level. All right. Woo!
Plus it's a fiend.
Plus it's a fiend.
So that's 38 radiant damage.
Oh, it is not
plus
looking
14
good. It is
slashing.
not looking good. It's looking real rough. Real rough.
And now my second attack. 23 to hit.
Oh my god.
23 hits.
Level 3 Divine Smite.
Okay.
Yes.
Undead fiend bonus.
Oh, it is like on death's door.
24, 27 radiant, plus 12 slashing.
It is on like death's door. It is almost there, but not quite. Almost dead.
Okay. That's my turn.
You got it. All
You
right.
burn.
Yes, it is the end of your turn. You do burn.
I probably burn a little bit.
You do burn.
Ow.
Little Bernie.
Damn.
You take 11 fire damage as the fire continues to burn on you. By the way, as you saw that the cannon was aimed at the ground, as the demon aimed it at the ground, as it blasted, the pale flame also caught onto the cannon itself, and it seems to be burning at some of its elements, and like taking hold. As some of it starts to be heating, some of it does not seem to be doing actually well, with the pale flame kind of having ricocheted onto it as well. Demon's big, but it ain't smart. All right. Fen, Artie, sorry, it is your turn. Fen, you're on deck.
You said demon very much death's door?
Very, very much on death's door.
Very, very much death's door?
It's not quite there yet, though.
Great game.
I'll extend my hand and magical darts shoot out of it as I'll
Oh!
cast magic missile at it.
Magic missile.
Nice.
All right, and so it's go to roll that damage. Roll the d4s of damage as these homing darts all spit out of all 5 fingers and spit towards it. Or 3 of your fingers? 3 of your fingers. 4 darts? 5 darts? Can't remember. Some
3
amount
darts.
of homing
I
darts.
think it's 3 darts, right?
3 darts, I think.
It's 3, yeah.
3 for level 1, yeah. So that's 3, 6,
Three-
7, 8, 11 force
11.
damage.
11 force damage. How would you like to do this?
Nice.
I say magic missile. And then each of the darts, 2 of them will hit it in its horns, and 1 of them will go down its throat.
You got it.
Keep swirling this demon.
The demon like
Magic
rips
missile.
open its mouth just in pain as Poe, you kind of plunge your scimitars again into it. Fail not's like double like bladed form. As you plunge it in, it like rears its head back in pain, and you watch as the 2 darts detonate on the horns, and then the 3rd one goes straight down its throat and detonates in its stomach. And you watch as smoke kind of like comes off the top of the demon's mouth. Its eyes go wide and it sand kicks up from the ground as it collapses dead on the ground, its form completely prone and gone. As Poe, you kind of tumble off and you roll off to safety.
Daniel,
Yes,
is the sand on fire?
the sand is on fire, that's correct. In the vicinity,
Okay.
it is burning.
Okay.
Then I'll go 5, 10, 15. That's all I
Okay,
can do, 'cause
sounds
half
good.
speed.
Fen, it is your turn. This Copperguard is now out of momentary space stasis, right, Artie? Since it's been a turn?
Yes.
Okay, sounds good. So he is now out and he is awake. Basically just coming out of stasis enough to see the demon topple. As he like looks about and sees that everyone is dead and his other Copperguards are gone and the cannon is now like burning up, he looks over to the other member. Retreat! Retreat! He like yells out and he turns to run. Fen, it's your turn.
Okay, Fen is gonna walk 5, 10, 15, 20 feet. Really like taking their time. They don't have any place that they really need to be, and they're gonna sit down with their legs kind of like dangling over the edge of the rock, and look down at the Copperguard, and they sort of rest their head in their hands, and watch him almost with disinterest as they automatically deal another 4d8 of necrotic damage
Ooh, roll for that 4d8, please.
to him.
That's cool.
Oh. The tendrils of blackness wrap around him again. And as it like wraps around, how do you want to do it?
Yeah, so Fen is just sort of sitting up on this rock structure, kind of head cocked, watching, as this Copperguard hears his friend say, retreat! And almost like you see the whisper of him start to turn his head to go when all of the moisture just like completely gets sucked out of his body as he just like withers into nothingness and like sinks down onto the sand.
His corpse completely desiccates, just robbing it of water as you watch it. He's like, retreat, retreat, retreat. As he like completely goes gaunt and hollow as he collapses onto the sand as the necrotic energies siphons all the liquid out of him. Blood, water, and all. And he's dead.
Damn.
Nice, Fen. That's your action.
Yeah, and then for my bonus action, I just want to convert some sorcery points back into spell slots.
You got it, you got it. It is now Snow's turn. As this Copperguard is running away, she's going to run up 5, 10, 15, and then she's going to make another 5, 10, 15 over there, and she's going to take her shots and try and give him a little thing, a little tap, a love tap.
Get him, Snow.
I think, hold on, is she in distance? 30 feet, just enough. And I
Nice.
believe that does hit. It does hit. So she's going to go and she's going to sneak attack. Ooh, 20 sneak attack. 6 plus 5, that's 31 damage. Ooh, taking a good chunk as she aims at his neck, and the crossbow bolt like hits his neck and pierces out the other side. He kind of puts his hand out as it like blood starts dripping onto the sand. He kind of grips his neck and starts limping away as fast as he can. It is now his turn. He's going to take his things and he's going to try and run as fast as possible. 5, 10, 15, 20. He's heading off in this direction.
His movement not
25, 30. It is halved, but he's taking his action and
yeah.
movement to run. So he goes a total of 30 feet as he's running off. And that's his turn. Poe, it's your turn.
Is this individual next to me one of the warriors?
That is one of the warriors, right?
Okay.
He's kind of
Are they
gasping.
all-
Yeah?
Are they on fire?
He is not on fire. No,
He's not.
he is not
okay.
on fire.
Great. I'm just gonna look at him and say, "Hey, I know your friends left, but don't leave us just yet. We need you guys." Also, I'll be right back. And I turn around and I'm going to Eldritch Blast into the sand,
Mm-hmm.
and then to like make a hole, and I'm gonna jump in it and cover myself with sand.
Okay. You
To
do
get rid of
you do so.
The flame. Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay, yes. As you're trying to cover yourself in sand. All right. As you that's gonna take your full action as you kind of like roll in the sand, covering yourself up, and in doing so, the fire finally puts itself out as you are just like rolling and trying desperately to like roll it off and kind of almost stifle the oxygen, as you're having like a hard time to breathe yourself as it burns up all the oxygen underneath there. And then once it's finally burned out, you kind of surface and the fire's out.
Sweet. You were like, "What the fuck's Poe doing? He's really lost it."
You actually
Yeah,
do
I
see,
caught
as he
that.
gave you a nod, he is now kneeling next to his comrades, and you see his comrades have burnt to a crisp. There's just like a blackened corpse in the sand.
Are they
As he's,
still
like-
burning?
They are still burning.
Shit. Okay, yeah. Okay, that's my turn. Yeah. I'm sort of joining him in like attending to his fallen comrade.
You got it. It is now the Fae's turn, and it looks up at you and says, I don't really know what I'm supposed to taunt or
Oh yeah, hey,
whatever.
you can clock out. You're good. That was a great job. I'll see you next time. Thank you.
Thanks, boss.
Praise Corellin.
I'll see you later. He swipes the card in midair and he disappears back into the Feywild.
Fuck yeah. So good.
He clocks out. Demon is dead. It's now the warrior's turn. The Copperguard is desperately running away. Joko, as you're burning, you see a rivulet of sand moving across from one segment of the sand, from where about your position is, all the way over to that Copperguard. You see it, the sands shift and move. As he's running away, desperately gasping and trying to run as fast as he possibly can. And then from the middle of the earth, right below him, exploding out in a geyser of sand, the purple worm comes right underneath as the mouth goes right underneath to try and kill him. It does, as he is swallowed up from right below. The purple worm, he screams out, "Ah!" It claps over him as the mouth goes up in the air, and the Copperguard is swallowed and killed, the rider on top. And with him dead, that is going to end combat.
I'm also going to roll in the sand.
All right. That's where we're going to take a quick break. We're going to take a quick 5-minute break. Since we already made a little break, it's going to be super, super quick. We'll be back in 5 minutes.
Sweet.
Awesome, y'all. See you all soon. Thank you. Thanks for being patient with me, and we'll see you guys real soon. Bye-bye. And welcome back. All right, as the battlefield clears, you all standing in the fog, that huge worm and that mounted figure atop it, and the one remaining alive other warrior are on the sands watching the two and many other friends. There's at least, besides those two that just burned to death, at least 7 other bodies all strewn about in the sand. As that one who you briefly heard got called G1, the male, is going around and looking at his various companions and looking up toward you and looking at the burned and now cracking and shuddering remains of the cannon left on the ground. It is seemingly empty, the battlefield, and all the Copperguard have been killed, leaving all of you. The huge sandworm tunnels back towards in your direction as the rider slides off of its insect-like carapace and slides down to the rest of you. Who are you? And why did you help us?
Hi, we're we're just we're honestly just a group of individuals trying to get something done, but to be honest, we were out here just looking for one of these worms, and it led us to you. And we are also enemies of the Copperguard, so our allegiance switched real quick when we saw your battle, and we're sorry for your loss today. The Copperguard has taken a lot of lives.
When you say looking for your worms, she narrows her eyes at you a little bit, and then when you talk about the Copperguard, she kind of shares your disdain, but she's narrowed her eyes slightly. And what were you looking for our worms for, exactly?
I'm not really an... Hey, Joko, you want to field this one?
Yeah, there's some rock that's inside the worm. What's it called, Adi? What's the rock in the worm?
I think that I'm a very educated individual, and I wanted to study some of the worms and the great capabilities they have to traverse the large desert. Beyond that, I have heard of this fire that doesn't go out, that obviously they were using against
that
us.
have murdered my people.
Yes, that's
and taken our lands.
It's very dangerous stuff, and we want to we heard they were taking some to the desert, so we wanted to try to get rid of as much of it as possible in a place that won't burn down thousands in cities. I'm sure you can see the devastation this could cause in a forest or metropolitan area.
So you've seen it for yourself as well?
Yeah, I've seen it before, but seeing it in action in a fight like it just happened, we need to remove any existence of it as soon as possible.
She nods. This whole time you've been talking to her with her face covered and completely like masked. It's just her eyes that you've been seeing. But now, as you open up about the pale flame, she nods, a little more assured and looking at the rest of you. A little nervous still a little bit standoffish, but she begins to unwrap the wrappings around her head and take them off as there is a hood underneath, showing her features. She is surprisingly quite young. Possibly about the same age as Snow, maybe a little older. She's like maybe.
So she's like 45 years old.
She couldn't be more. Well, she's a human. She doesn't have any elven ears as she takes it off.
She's really old then.
But you can tell that
Old as
she's maybe 18 at the oldest. As she looks over, and she has hard eyes. She holds herself up, kind of balancing the scimitar on her side, and you watch as the worm kind of like shifts and balances, and she looks over. She tongue clicks a little bit and whistles, and you watch as the worm kind of burrows on its own. She is going to be burrowing for a bit.
Is it like a
Thank you for your help.
rest and relaxation for the worm?
No. It simply does what it wants. We live in harmony. You see the male kind of come up. Captain, I think we should be thanking them. Ayata, she kind of looks over at him. T1, I know what I'm supposed to do here, alright? Thank you for your concern, but I can handle it. Well, thank you for helping us and our people. In some ways, I think we are indebted to you.
Oh,
You said you
We're
wanted
all
to stop
enemies.
them as well?
yes. Yeah, that's our
Yeah.
priority for coming here. Number one priority.
Here's the deal, and Joko is gonna just kind of like just turn and to facing her squarely. We fucking hate the Copperguard, or whatever the fuck they're calling themselves now with that new Triquetra bullshit. And so we have like some really powerful weapons that we need to get fixed in order to destroy them, and we need some of that fucking whatever that rock is to fix it. You know,
Cool.
Adam something. What'd you say, Adi?
Adam Driver.
Adamantine.
Adamantine, yeah. So we found like this one of these worms, but dead, and we tried to look inside. It looked like it was taken by the Copperguard. They destroyed it, and they took everything that was inside of it. So we thought we'd go and find the fucking Copperguard who destroyed it and fucking take it ourselves. That's when we found you guys.
Well, unless you're able to help us take out their camp, then you're going to find no adamantine in this desert.
Where's the camp?
Why don't I show you to our village first? You all look like you're pretty roughed up. She looks at Yupo and Yujoko, having taken off the flames and having severe burn marks all around. And we also need to bury our dead. Then we can maybe talk about an attack plan? All of us?
Yeah. And Joko,
what is
looking at his arm, kind of notices the burns himself, and he's gonna grab his forearm and squeeze as hard as he can. His fingers like digging into the burned flesh and like cracking it with new blood coming out, and then the glowing light from his hand will sear into his flesh as he like kind of grits his teeth and uses lay on hands for 50 health.
She looks at you and she gives a small smile. Neat trick.
I appreciate and I do want to work with you guys, but what is your timeline for an invasion? Are we talking tomorrow?
As soon as we can. But with the amount of forces I have left, I don't know how long. This might be the last time that we are able to mount one, but we'll do it. We will fight to our last breath to make sure that these people get what they deserve. For what they've done to us, and our people, and this land, and these worms.
Yeah, I'm on the same page as you, but we're on a timeline here as well with our own personal reasons. So
Artie,
So you want to fight
Yes.
now? Great, then
I
let's
think we
fight
can
now.
give it.
We can go. Jiwon, the boy, looks over. Ayato, what are you talking about? We need to bury our dead. No. If they're here right now with powerful weapons, and me with the worm, we can go. We can do this. We can kill them right now, all of them in their camp. What are you talking about, Ayato? We need to at least talk to the chief first. She would never approve of this.
how many are we talking in the camp?
30, but at least
Hundreds?
a bunch of us, you were able to kill, what, 5 of
30?
them? Easy? 30 plus, what, 2 cannons, 2 demons, and multiple other people? We should be able to take out a whole encampment by ourselves. Right now.
Fen walks. She's just like standing on the.
She.
Who's.
So
She's just like standing, right?
she is just standing, talking with you all.
Fen walks up and like puts a hand on Artie's shoulder and says, I think we can probably wait until the next day. Till tomorrow. Give you some time to bury your dead respectfully. And then we can mount an attack together when we've had time to plan it out and be smart and have more people fighting with us.
Yeah,
If they're
no,
armed with this eternal fire, whatever the fuck it's called, like, we've got to be careful. We've got bigger battles to fight than just the Copperguard out here in the desert. I mean, don't get me wrong.
Don't lecture me about their pale flame. I know what it does firsthand. Don't lecture me about it.
No, you're right. I was trying to talk to my friend here who seems like he's in too much of a rush, but I am being disrespectful. You let us know what we need to do to bury your dead the way that you want, if you want help or not. And we can all go back to your camp. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, I think going tomorrow is good. I just wanted to make sure that we were on the same page, that we weren't gonna spend weeks here trying to plan an attack. But yeah, I think a good
Sure, you
night's
don't want
rest.
to fight now? We could. And as soon as she's like still pressing for this, you watch as the other young man kind of comes up and puts his hand like just gently on her shoulder and on you, Artie, as well. Ayata, can we talk real quick? Sure. The two of them go, excuse us, and they go off a couple paces away, real quick, to talk between the two of them. He's young as well. He's maybe around her age, maybe a little younger, older. You're not quite sure. Do any of you want to eavesdrop in, or are you guys just going to talk to yourselves?
I was gonna talk to Fen real quick.
All right,
Just
fair enough.
be like, hey, yeah, no, I agree. We probably shouldn't go right now. I didn't know if they had like a on the next full moon we're gonna kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I get it, but like imagine if that was me that was dead. Like, you wouldn't be wanting to go in and fight another battle right now. We got to be respectful.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I'm sorry.
But no, I get what you're saying, and yeah, tomorrow, first thing. Plus, it seems like if we go back to their camp, maybe we can get a couple more people on our side, so we're not, 6 or 7 against 40.
I mean, is it worth like, I mean, and I like finger my necklace that we got, like maybe
No,
putting a call out.
I think we've got one shot with that, and we should probably save it for what's coming after this.
Yeah, I think I think if we play it smart, if maybe hopefully they have like a map of the base or something, we can plan out an attack. That'll be
Yeah.
a lot easier. If not, maybe Poe, you could scout for us.
Yeah. I think we can come up with a plan that'll work for all of us. And maybe
Yeah.
we'll figure out where they're getting these pale flame cannons from, Artie.
Right about this time, you hear her pipe up. He's right. We don't have time. When's the next time we're going to have any of the adults ready to fight? None of them are. It's just us. Just us, and we're dying by the day. We lost, what? Bywin? Tal? How many more left? No, you're not listening to me, Ayata. Yes, we need to fight. Yes, soon. Just not now. Let's go camp. Let's go to the village. Maybe we can get things together. He puts his hand on her shoulder and says something that you can't quite make out, but it's something reassuring. And she kind of puts her heads down, and the two of them kind of nod, and they come back over to you all. All right. She pipes up. We'll take you back to our village, and we'll fight soon. She looks at you, Artie. Just not yet. She looks over at you, Joko. What did you say about them? Fucking Copperguard, is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah. She walks over to one of the plated bodies of the Copperguard. Fucking Copperguard. And she spits. Pummy! She whistles, and the giant purple worm stretches above the sand again. She leaps aboard. Well, are you coming or not?
Can I make just a quick request? Can one of your worms take this cannon back to your base? Because I really don't think these things should be left out and about with ammunition for other people to do this sort of, harm. You got another worm?
Like burning? Isn't it like burning?
Yeah, as you look at it, it is now cracking and burnt. The whole thing is actually kind of caved in from the heat of the fire all around it. It seems like it's just completely destroyed. There's no ammunition left. Whatever was probably detonated in the middle of that demon's blast. If you take you could take a closer look at the cannon if you'd like.
Does it just look like sludge now, or it's on its way?
It's not sludge, it's metal, but some parts of it, which were probably made, there's some, just natural weaknesses in metal. Those parts have either cracked, chipped, bent, and, warped in ways where it looks like the cannon would probably not fire properly at all under the, immense heat that it was just under over quick time.
Nice. Yeah, I see that, and I'm surprised that we could do that sort of thing, decommission it that way. Never mind. I think we got it done. On your way, worm. Yeah.
Wait, quick question. Daniel, do I think, I have the mending spell.
Yes.
Do I think I could fake mend this so it looks usable, but still has, the internal cracks and...
Ooh,
does that make sense?
If you tried it over a long enough time, yeah, I'd say it would take you a while because mending is over a 5-foot area and the cannon's pretty big. So you need to do it over probably the course of anywhere between 30 minutes to an hour to try and specifically do this, because this is pretty, you're trying to do really specific kind of mending work where you're fixing it appearance-wise but not trying to actually make it functional. So it would take you a while, but you could do it. That's possible.
Do you guys think that would be worth it? Because they're probably going to come check on it, and if they strap this thing to a demon's back and then it implodes the first time they waste all their ammunition in it, I don't know. Maybe it's not worth it, but
How long is it going to take?
Half an hour work.
I look up at the lady. What was her name?
Ayata.
Did she tell us her name?
Ayata, yeah, she mentioned it. Or G1 mentioned it in passing. I don't think she told you her name, though.
If they didn't mention her name, then I would just say, hey, how much time do we have?
She looks up at the sky. About 2 hours before it gets dark.
How long does it take to get to your camp?
On the worm, 30 minutes. But unless you have... She kind of gazes over. Is that your cart over there? And gestures over at the wagon that you all brought into the desert. With the supplies and the horses.
Yeah.
Are you going to take that, or are you going to leave the horses and the cart out here to die?
What is in that cart?
Supplies, food. For all your bags right now, but you could take them.
We'll
The 2
probably
horses.
with the horses.
We'll just
right?
grab everything we can carry that's not like food, because we're going to a camp soon, right?
Okay.
We're just gonna
I mean,
leave
we
the
can
cart.
just hop in the
Why
wagon
are we
and
just
go.
leaving the cart? Then how
Yeah,
are we
we
gonna
could
get
just
back?
take the cart. Do you want to
What do you
walk
wanna-
on
what do you
foot
wanna
when
do?
we could take the cart?
You want to drive it over sand?
By horse,
That's what
and,
we've been doing.
by horse and
Yeah.
wagon, it will take you about closer to 2 hours, but on worm it will be 30 minutes.
On worm.
On
I thought we were on
That's
the
what
rock,
you call it in
and then
your
once we
language.
got
In
into
my
the
language,
sand-
we have a different word for it.
That was not in character. I'm not making fun of the way that she says on worm. I already put my foot in my mouth about her fucking dead friends. I'm not gonna be like, sorry, what'd you say? On worm?
On worm.
It's up to you guys. I abstain. I don't know. Maybe it'll work. Maybe it'd be a bad idea.
All right. Looks like our friend here is gonna give this a try. So, how about I imagine that worm leaves quite a trail. We'll follow the trail back to your camp. We'll see you in 2 hours.
The desert will blow it over. We stay. Pomi, Kara. And you watch as the worm dives under the sand and begins going off who knows where, until you see one of the pillars of rock crumble over as the sand shifts behind it, as the worm literally topples one of the pillars and begins burrowing through the sand. She kind of sits over by G1 and kind of sits in silence. G1 kind of comes over the young man. I'm sorry, I never got to introduce us properly. I'm G1, and that is Ayata, our captain. We are of the Oira people, if you've heard of us, and thank you for today. I think we would have surely died if it wasn't for you. Ayata's, it's rough, but she means well, and she's good at what she does. She inspires us. And you are?
Well, we have a name.
Okay.
We're the Grim Troupe. Though nowadays it seems like we're pulled together by a common objective. Daniel, can I make a check on how much I know on these people? If
Yeah,
I
the
know
Oira?
anything?
Yeah, sure. Go to make a
Yeah.
history check for me. He has now come over to where you guys are all gathered, where Artie is like tinkering on the cannon.
Sweet. Yeah, Poe's like, oh god, like, throwing on the thinking cap, really digging in, and that's a 3.
It's a 3. You've never heard of them before. I mean, you are from the south, from Gesfault, so, a smaller tribe or, like, cultural group from the north isn't something that you really be familiar with. So you never heard of them, no. Got it. I think I've heard mention of that when we had traders coming down. Some rumor of rebels. That's you.
Yeah, I think that's probably the best way to describe us. We're part of the rebel cause. That's our mission. That's our identity, really. We've been through a lot of things that have redefined us over the last few months, but
You
we're
can say that
rebels.
again. I'd say that's something we have in common.
But we're rebels, we're friends, and we seek to oppose the Copperguard and oppose the uprising in Sola and the uprising in the Triketra.
That's good. We could use others like you.
I had the same thought.
Huh.
We'll talk.
Funny. Yeah. He smiles. You should. Ayata, do you want to meet them? She kind of like sifts through the sand and like shifts away. Guess not. Alright, anything you guys want to do as you guys are sitting there? G1 in your midst, Ayata over the side.
I guess I just kind of want to keep talking to him about like their people and
Sure, sounds good. What do you want to know?
Just over time.
Okay.
Oh, cool. Maybe just like what are the demographics, you know? Like they're this group from this region and like where do they live and what's their like sitch?
Sounds
I
good.
guess,
He initially his eyes like kind of perk up. He's like, "We are very old people. We actually we don't hail from this continent. A couple centuries ago, we follow in your language it's worm, not exactly the prettiest sounding word. For us is pom or pummy is what we call them. They are an honored creature for us in our culture. And we come here and we have great warriors who follow, and we're kind of a nomadic tribe. And my father, he kind of pauses for a second. He used to tell me of all the great stories of our people. Now there's not so many of us left. Or the worms either. They've been hunting them, you know. Coming into our lands. They used to trade with us, but now they come to kill and to take the same metal that you're talking about.
The adamant, they harvest it from these.
They kill and they take. They do no honor. They do no traditional ritual. They do not send them off into the great beyond. Instead, they simply kill and take and leave the worm's corpse out to die.
It seems to be their MO in general. Take until there's nothing left. Well, I promise you,
He grows quiet. He's actually starting to think about something else, it looks like, but his eyes are tearing up. But he doesn't really say anything. He kind of looks away from you for a bit.
I let him have his moment and sort of just lowering my voice, I say, well, I promise you, all we need is enough to improve my friend's weapon over there. And I think you'll see it's an investment, a worthy investment for the upcoming opposition. But I'll leave you to it. I look forward to meeting your people. We come from all over, from Gesvald, from Busan, from Koryo, from Sola, from everywhere. So we're always interested in meeting new faces.
Thank you. Your kindness and your strength is greatly appreciated. Kyle, as you're working on the cannon, you're working on mending over the course of the hour. So go ahead and give me either an intelligence check, or you can make this would be a spell. This would be a spell check. So using your spellcasting modifier and your proficiency. Go ahead and give me, give me 2 rolls. Give me 2 rolls of the
2
D20.
rolls, got it.
Yeah. Let's see how you do.
It's going to be a 21 and a 15.
Okay, yeah. I'd say over the course of the hour, which is not bad at all, and you can watch as the sun is going high in the sky, and the shadows are starting to lengthen across the sands as the sun is kind of coming down towards the horizon, and the shadows of the mesa are casting these long dark circles around you. As you're gonna going around, over time, as you're kind of like going about each section with your tinkering tools, kind of hammering on certain sections, trying to bring the form at least back to the shape of the cannon, but you're kind of leaving some of the interior kind of broken. You seem to do a pretty good job. There are parts where if someone really closely examined it, like if it was an engineer from Tinkertop, they might be able to see through it, but if it's probably the average soldier, they might not know.
Cool.
Yeah. And by around
Yeah.
that time, the hour ends.
Guys, so I think it looks good. I was thinking while I was mending it, do you guys have any like from your city, do you guys have any like trinkets you made there or any like
You do?
yeah,
Yeah.
you do?
G1 kind of pipes up. We have Ayata looks over at him sharply. Says, he kind of looks back at her.
I don't need anything. I'm just saying because obviously you've seen I can teleport a lot, and if you have something from your city, I can just take us all there right now without us having to travel. Make
E-
it a little faster, especially
even-
because it's getting dark.
Even the worm?
Oh, I haven't traveled the world. Let's see, see, square the two. I think so.
Oh.
Is it a willing creature, Daniel?
I guess. Well, yeah, we'd see. Might need to be communicated to.
I can, as long as it wants to.
All right.
I don't know if you guys can like talk to it and ask or
Might
something.
be strange.
or-
Well, Ayata is the most talented with that, so I think I'll ask her. But
So let's see, 1, 2.
so we do have. It's more for the
3.
resources and things, and well, give us a moment. By the way, all this time during this hour, Ayata and occasionally Chiwon also have been burying each of the charred bodies. And if you've slowly been noticing, they do it in a very, very deliberate way. They will first like they went to the worm for a second, took some like maybe it's saliva, some sort of liquid from it, but then they would spread that over like the cheeks and then the chest in small lines, and then they would cover slowly with sand, slowly over parts of the body, each one in this ritualistic fashion to bury them. Every single one. But as they come over to you, since we're done with our burial, and I think yes, if you can transport us there, then yes. Do you need anything for us to transport you there?
Just maybe something that was crafted there, or I don't know if you guys have like a particular, maybe like I don't know, some sort of object that originated from.
Chiwon's eyes go over to Ayata's neck area, which is covered by a scarf. What? What do you need from me? No, I'm not going to give him the necklace, Chiwon.
Oh, I don't need to have it. I just need to like kind of touch it or see it. Do I need to touch it, Daniel? Sorry, I've never used it.
You have to be familiar with it, or at least so you would need to touch it, get familiar with it. You would. You wouldn't
Yeah,
have to take it, but
Yeah, I just need to touch it.
she looks over at Chiwon. Go and make a persuasion check for me.
Can I help him persuade her instead?
He doesn't look like he's willing to actually step into this ground. He looks at there's some weight to this. He kind of suggested it,
Fair
but
enough,
it's not
fair
like
enough.
yeah.
We'll
you know
see what
I mean?
happens.
Yeah.
We'll see what the dice say. Oh,
Someone else can
15.
help, but
15, not
15.
bad for Artie's persuasion.
she looks down and she kind of sneers, looks up at you. It does not leave my neck. You just study it, all right? She kind of bends down to your height and removes the scarf, and you see there is it's almost like an Ouroboros, but it's a snake-like figure that kind of circles in on itself in a spiral pattern with like a mouth at the very end. And it's like this small, bone-carved, it looks like, necklace. And she presents it.
And
Does
I'll turn
not
around.
leave my neck, or I snap
Yeah.
yours, okay?
Yeah, yep, no problem.
Okay.
I'll turn around to the group. You guys are all prefer teleporting, I'm assuming, right? Or if someone wants to walk through the desert at night, we can do that too.
Oh yeah, teleporting sounds great to me.
I just want to make sure.
Yeah, I think teleporting is good. Joko, do you mind?
Sure.
So
Fine by
make
me.
sure everyone gets their stuff from the cart.
Okay. Oh yeah. Sorry, I forgot something. And then Snow grabs her stuff. Everyone grabs their stuff in due time.
Cool. Okay. If everyone's good to go, then I'll like trying to put my hand in a cobra pit, very cautiously go towards the necklace and start casting the spell.
All right, sounds good. Go ahead and roll your D100 for me. Oh, I roll the D100, don't I?
Yes, and
I
if it's an
do.
associated object.
It is an associated object. Yes. All right.
So you don't need to roll if you don't want to.
Okay, let's give it a roll, shall we?
But okay.
All right. How many? There's Snow plus these 2 other people plus the worm. That's 4, including the rest of your party, which includes Emerin. Is that enough people for you to be able to teleport?
Oh shit! I didn't count Emerin.
8 willing creatures, so 9 total.
I can't. I forgot about Emerin. I was like, yeah, I can add the worm. I can top the worm. Oh shit.
The worm can get there in 30 minutes, she said. Why are you teleporting the damn worm?
She asked for us to teleport the worm.
Artie, you are mid-cast. You're mid-cast right now, so who are you choosing to come with you?
You better fucking choose Emerin.
Do I? Yeah, I'll choose. I'll choose everyone. I won't do the worm.
Okay.
You can
Because I don't want to just leave some random person stranded in the desert.
you can ditch me. I can find my way back.
I'm not dealing with that.
You don't know where the village is.
The only person I would realistically ditch is myself, and that's the one person I can't do that. So
All right, they're gonna
Alright.
be pissed. Let's do it.
they're gonna be pissed.
Okay.
The worm probably just ended up somewhere close by. It's fine.
All right. Okay, sounds good. So you
I have
have
an idea.
you have now seen this. This is a viewed once, right? Your familiarity is viewed once because you have this
I'm using an
object
associated object.
or description, since associated object is.
Yeah, I was going to use an associated object. If I hold an object that...
Oh, it's from this place.
Yes. That's the only reason I use...
I see, and that's completely fine. Oh, so I see.
Yeah.
Oh, you're totally fine.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why I was
Nice.
asking if they had an object.
Nice.
Because me
You're good.
randomly teleporting to some...
Yep.
Yeah.
That's great. Associated object, you're totally fine. All right, so
Yep.
you and all the other humanoid creatures vanish as the magic circle goes on the ground. Do you wanna actually describe your magic circle as you teleport?
Yeah, sure. I'll do kind of a windy, kind of swirling the sand around us.
Sounds good.
And it'll kind of pulse out in a specific frequency. You know how have you ever seen
Yes.
sand with frequency how it makes
Oh
cool
yes, it
symbols
does.
in
It
the
makes
ground?
cool patterns and symbols. Yes.
Yeah, something like that where it's vibrating and I hit the certain frequency of the teleportation.
Sounds good.
and
As
send
you
us all.
as you hold the necklace in your hand, and as you weave patterns of magic around you, the frequencies of different magic manifest in these sounds, and you watch as runes are carved into the sand by frequency, this melodious just gathering of notes and song and magic, all weaving together as the sand whips and whirls around you as it goes up almost like a sandstorm, just like the one that you saw over the horizon, Poe. And as it gathers all, whipping about you, revealing all from sight, the runes in the sand glow, and you all vanish, and you appear as the sand swirls out at the edge of a small village with thatched houses assembled with wood and found objects, cloths draped from them, hooded figures. And as you enter the village, you see the 2 of them drop with you, this beautiful, small, quaint built village. And as they land, they all kind of, at the first, they smile and they're like, whoa, That is the first time I've ever been transported by magic. That's incredible. You look over at Ayata. Where is Pommy?
I was feeling when I was teleporting, it's just so big. I think.
Where did you put Pommy? Did you bring him with us?
I tried to, but it's just so big. I thought I could, but I wasn't able to.
You did not bring
I'm
Pommy?
sorry.
And she goes up, she like draws her sword, and as G1 like literally moves his body right in between you. Whoa. Ayata, they literally saved our lives today. You need to be a little bit more respectful to them. They left behind one of our only last Pommy in the city. Our last defense. And you think that I'm going to let him do that and stand there? She looks at you and her eyes are flaring.
I and my sister here, Emran, we will go with whoever you're willing to send, and we'll go make sure Pommy finds its way back.
You promise you will make sure that he's alive. I go with you, and we bring him back. Yes?
Yes. Yeah. Yep. You have our word. That's our bad, as they say. We'll go with you.
We go now.
All right, Emran. Emran, put that snack down. We're going.
Okay, fine. Emma kind of goes with you. And G1 looks at the rest of you. As you all are like marching over to the stables, he looks over the rest of you. Would you all like to meet the village chief at least and be introduced so that you're not considered great outsiders, at least welcome in our village? He looks to you, Joko, and you, Fen, and you, Artie.
Just me and Fen there, or is Artie? Did Artie also go to help them?
Artie, are you
Find
going?
the
Are
worm.
you going with? Poe said Emran and Emran and himself, but Artie, it's your choice who you want to go with.
Yeah, I'll go with them because if the group size is smaller, I can bring us all back. But I
Sounds
also
good.
feel guilty, so I'm gonna go with them.
You're gonna go with them. Sounds good.
I will give a bead to Joko though,
Oh, with which spell?
and just say with sending
Okay.
and say contact me if you need anything.
Sure. How long does this last for? This thing, and he Joko shakes it.
1 hour.
An hour.
So if
All right.
shit hits the fan within the next hour, let me know.
Sure. I'll kind of slip that thing into my pocket, I guess.
All right.
And then I'll look at Fen in regards to the question that the villager just asked us and said, sure, why not?
Fen gives you a nod. And you all look over to the village as the two of you, the party splits ways, some to go to find the worm left in the desert, and some of you into the village. And that's where we're going to end our session for today. All right. Nice stuff today, y'all. Nice stuff.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. All right.
Big shout out to all of our viewers today.
yeah. Thanks so much for bearing with us. We had some difficulties in the beginning. Thank you guys for being patient with that. I promise we'll edit it down when it goes to YouTube. But regardless, thank you so much for sticking around. I hope you guys enjoyed. Welcome to Oira Village and to this little segment of this part of the campaign. I'm really excited for what's gonna happen next. So yeah, should be really, really fun. Awesome. We love you guys. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you when we see you, either next week or the week after, and we'll see you then. This is Stop, Drop, and Roll signing off. Bye bye.
Have a good weekend.
Adios.